Hello, this is Mary at the.meri.atelier, and it is Sunday evening, September 12th. Welcome to my desk, all my artsy friends. Welcome to my desk. Penelope's here. She kind of turned her head. She says, "You put so many pins in me, Mary, I can't sit straight on my throne." I'm going to put her over here. I have a book haul. Let's see. Let's get out to my YouTube channel and welcome people in. I have postcards that I'm going to work on tonight. Yes, I worked in organizing my room while I was out in Becky's crafting chat today. I made a lot of progress, but I still have a lot to do. Let me get to my area out here, my YouTube channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so while I'm waiting for folks to come in, let's just look at my journal. This is my September journal. I put some stuff in it this afternoon. I already did this page. I made this pocket and filled it up. I have to redo Herschel's hose here. Herschel's our service station man, and this little felt piece was really weak. This is his hose, and he actually has a paintbrush finio that that goes on there for his hose. Let's save that out. Looks like I'm losing some parts off of my Victorian house. And let's see, I put some cards in here. This came from Johnny and Becky, just reminding me what, I don't think that's going to stay. These were memory cards that I was doing with Becky, and this one wouldn't stay on the ring. I got it off of the ring. What did I do with it? I guess I put the ring over on the other shelf over there. I got a birthday card here from Mindy, and she did a tag back behind here, and here's a little note from Janet Nash. So, and let's see, I think I put some more things in here. I didn't want to mess up this doodly paper here. Here's a paper that I put in here. I don't know what I was playing with this, and some prompt game or something here. I put that in there. That was a prompt game. I'll put this bag here. I'll be wanting a bag. This is paper from Lucia. And then I have some more birthday cards out here from Judy. And this was from Anne. And this was from the lottery. Put a pocket in there because I'll be wanting a pocket. And yep. So there's that stuff. So I did make some progress on my journal. I want to do some sketching in this journal. And poor Rosemary, I'm going to see if I have any paper left. She was looking for, Rosemary Morris was looking for some of this court docket paper. And I'm going, well, let's see, where did I put it? I didn't use that many sheets in here, did I? I had a few sheets of court docket. Maybe it wasn't in this journal. Maybe I do have more out there. It was in my other journal that I put court docket paper in. But I'd gotten some of that from Johnny, and I don't think I've used it all yet. So maybe if Rosemary talks nice to me, and if I find it in my stash, that's the other thing, I gotta find it. All right. So I see that several of you come in. Let's say welcome you in here. Let me turn my tablet. Hi, Rhonda. Yes, I'm doing well. I hope that you are too. And Candy is here. And Jean Moran. Welcome, Jean. Welcome. And there's Diana. Hi, Diana. And Rhonda's saying hello to everybody. And Jean. And Diana. All right. Well, since I do have some folks in here, I'm going to go ahead with my book haul because I have several books, and I'm going to take these, and they're going to go in that little craft room over there on that bottom shelf of the book, because it's empty, and so I can fill it up. So I don't think I spent more than $15. This is just the top of the stack. for the books that our library had a book sale. Well, I think the last day was today. I did not go back today. I was in Becky's room today. So the dollar bag, a bag of books for $1, I think, was today. But I'm happy with what I got. The hardcovers, I think, were only $1 a piece, if I remember right. And here they had a bunch of almanacs, and I was afraid I wasn't going to get an almanac. And I did get one, and that was a 1934. And I like it. It has, and it looks like somebody went out and put these corners on there because it's covering up that A there. So this looks like it might have been fixed by the library. It looks like maybe those corners were there already. That this is covering up the A, but that's okay. And look, the New York Telegram, World Almanac, Book of Facts, 1934. The last time it was checked out was in 1977. So what I really like about it is, look at that. I love that. And it's got all these the old advertising in the front and in the back. And then it's got all these facts. Now, 1934 was just about the middle. I got a tear on that page. Was about the middle of the Depression. And they look depressed there, don't they? $1 and a coupon below would have saved them from poverty with the old line, legal reserve life insurance. And then, you know, they got all these facts out here. Population by age, the chief cities. This was from the census in 1930. So, but look how old that paper is. So I don't know. I might make a journal out of this. We'll see. I got it because I wanted an almanac. I wanted an old almanac. I might keep it around for a while. Isn't that cool, Rhonda? Isn't that cool? Welcome to everybody who's coming in. Then this little book, I looked at it and I left it there. And then as I was filling up my boxes, right before I left, I thought, I'm going to go get that little, it's a book of short stories. And it's not in good shape. But look at this. Look at this. Look at each one of those signatures. And, you know, I'm tempted just to rip off the cover and let this show. But we won't do anything with it right now. And then they have a list of, they have pictures here of the authors of the short stories. Edgar Allan Poe, Nathaniel Hawthorne, Washington Irving, Robert Louis Stevenson, Rudyard Kipling is on page 196. Let's see what he looked like. 196. One more page. Oh, there's Rudyard Kipling. Rudyard, R-U-D-Y-A-R-D. Why is that hard for me to pronounce? Francis Richard Stockton, Mary Eleanor Wilkins Freeman. Let's look at her, page 229. I like to look at these old pictures. Oh, there she is. Mary Eleanor Wilkins Freeman. She wrote The Revolt of Mother. Father, what is it? What are them digging over there in the field for? There was a sudden dropping and enlarging of the lower part of the old man's face, as if some heavy weight had settled therein. He shut his mouth tight and went on harnessing the great bay mare. He hustled the collar onto her neck with a jerk. Father, the old man slapped the saddle on the mare's back. Look here, Father, I want to know what them there them there men are digging over there in the field for, and I'm going to know. I wish you'd go in the house, Mother, and tend to your own affairs, the old man said then. He ran his words together, and his speech was almost as inarticulate as a growl. But the woman understood. It was her most native tongue. I ain't gonna go into the house till you tell me what them men are doing over there in the fields, said she. Then she stood waiting. She was a small woman, short and straight-waisted like a child in her brown cotton gown. Her forehead was mild and benevolent between the smooth curves of her gray hair. There were meek downward lines about her nose and mouth, but her eyes, fixed upon the old man, looked as if meekness had been the result of her own will and never the will of another. And then I'm going to let you guys wonder what the old men over there in that field were digging for. I'm not going to read any more. Short stories. This book was published in 1916 and 1923. Very cool. An origami book. I thought it might be fun to do an origami hop. Wouldn't that be fun to do sometime? I don't think it will be next month, but maybe make some origami decorations for Christmas and hang them on the tree. It doesn't have to be anything special. But now that I have a book, if I don't do a hop, I might just do my own live stream. Art and Civilization in a Renaissance. And I got this book because it has so many colorful pictures in here for fussy cutting. Yes, this book will be fussy cut. In fact, I'll have a hard time choosing. Here comes the choo-choo train. So lots of colorful pictures. This is probably for, I would think, for grade school or junior high age. I'm going to try to fix this cord so it isn't in my desk. I knocked it off the other day out of my phone, and my phone ran dry Friday night when I was streaming. So that's cool. So I'm going to cut that one up. This one I got. Now, I'm not a colored pencil artist, and I might just breeze through this. I might try a few of the techniques. You know, this might be something to try. You know how sometimes when, not me so much, but sometimes I've seen Janet Young and I've seen Dee Dee go out to a book and follow one of the exercises and do it. Now, Dee Dee is the person who does real cool colored pencil work. My colored pencils are not nice ones. They're cheap ones. Hi, Becky. Welcome, Becky. Hi, Julie. Welcome, Julie. Let's see. Diana's here. Rhonda's here. Julie. Jean. I think I've said hello to everybody. If I miss saying you when you come in. Julie said, I just saw an egg separator that is like a small jug that is in the face of that egg white goes out the nose. I'm not sure what that is all about, Julie. This one is nice. John James Audubon. He drew birds. Look at these birds. Look at these. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this unless I take these out and put them, like, you know, like I like to put interesting pages between my journals. There he is there. Look at him. He doesn't have a smile, but I'll bet that's one of those old-time photos. But this would be a nice one to sketch from because it's so large. I mean, this has to be 9 by 12 right there. This is a large book. Perching birds, but look at these plates. So if I did anything with this book, I would probably take these birds out, and I'd probably have to cut them down a little to fit my journals. But, and then some of these go over 2 pages. Is this a stitched book? I don't think so. It might be. Yes, I think this is stitched. So if I can find the middle of the signature, I could probably save some of those that are, if it's in the middle. Like, I don't think that one's in the middle. But where is that eagle? This one's not in the middle either, I don't think. It might be, I can't tell. I don't think so. When they're in the middle, you can get a double page layout. When they're not in the middle, you have half here and half here, which would be okay if you made this the half of one signature and this the beginning, this the back of one, and this the beginning of another. So you have to think about these. That's a nice book. So I'm down to my work that I want to do here tonight. Wait, I've got a whole nother box of books behind me, and I'm just going to pull them out one by one. Let's move my work here. Artist to Artist. This is a nice book. 23 major illustrators talk to children about their art. And they talk to children about the art. The illustrators are talking about their own art to children. And it's kind of interesting. They have a self-portrait of the illustrator. It looks like that's him when he was younger. And some of his work in there. And I got this one to read. I don't know what I'll ever do with it other than read it. This book is a fairly new book. Let's see. It was published in... Where's the copyright information? All profits from the sale of this book benefit the Eric Carle Museum of Picture Book Art. Picture books, if you have never Googled picture book, you have to. Just Google picture book. And I didn't realize that was its very own almost its very own technique, picture books. I was trying to see when this was published. I don't see a copy. Oh, here it is. Library of Congress. Is there a date? Is there a date? Contributing artist, published by the Penguin Group, Canada, Suite 7. I don't see a date. But you know it's fairly recent. I do not see a date on this. Usually they give a copyright date. Maybe they didn't copyright it because they would probably have to get permission from copyright and from each one of these artists. So I imagine the artwork itself is with copyright. There's a pop out. Isn't that fun? Looks like a robot. I think it's a robot. It's got the ears up there. Could be a spaceman with the... Maybe it's a spaceman because there's space. So I bought that just because I thought it was interesting. A lot of art books. I got a lot of art books, but I got a couple that are not art books. This one is another technique book, a watercolor. Now this is another one where I don't really like to do lessons from a book. I like to go mess and do my exploring on my own. This book is warped a little. But this could be something. Now, of course, they talk about all the materials and stuff that you need in the beginning. Collecting and recording ideas. This is interesting. I was reading through that. But I might go to a technique and play around with a technique that they present. I'm not so I don't like exploring colors. I explore them on my own. Maybe special effects might be something. The sponge, stippling, splattering. We've done all of this. Masking fluid. Wax. Wax. We could do wax. Wax works well as a resist, and it leaves a very textural quality. It's easy to apply. We could do some of these. Plastic wrap, the palette knife. So I thought I'd play around with this book in the same way. Just do a little segment on it. But here they're doing a prairie dog. So there's that one. And I got more. Here's another technique book of drawing. And the same thing, I don't like to go out and do somebody else's art. And that's the same way I was telling Becky and Mary Lou were in the chat today. Rosemary's journals, I always do my own touches to them, and she gives me a little bit of guff about that. She says, Mary, you didn't use any of my stuff. Well, I do use her stuff, but I don't want my art to look like somebody else's art. What's the use of that? You know, I want my art to be my art, not somebody else's art. So next time I hear Rosemary say that, I'm going to say, yeah, Rosemary, it's mine, not yours. So I feel the same way when I look at these books with different lessons. I don't mind trying some of the techniques, but I don't want to do their art, so to speak. So this was fun. I might look through this. I probably won't sit here and read the whole book. I might look through it and try a couple things out of all three of those. Here's one. Winslow Homer watercolors. Now this is cool. I'm going to probably read a lot about this. It's a lot of reading, but there's a lot of color plates. I admire Winslow Homer. He puts a lot of color, and if you haven't looked at any of my urban sketching journals, now this is watercolor, and I use watercolor in my urban sketching, and I plaster my pages with color, and I can tell he does too. Maybe that's why I like his paintings so much, is there's a lot of color on them. A lot of watercolors are very light and airy. These are almost paintings. Compositionally, the whole thing is almost a painting, and that just appeals to me. Look at that. So I'll probably take this one and read it before I do anything artsy with it, if I do anything artsy with it. Let's see. I got a book. This one I'll probably tear apart. It's already torn there. It came that way. I didn't do that. Chin's Applique. Now this one I got to tear up, and this is another one that, because when you get back here to these color plates, aren't these awesome? Now this is another one that I might put between pages of my journal. In fact, I could see this happening for October. You know, all the different quilts. I think these are quilts. They may not all be quilts. This one says a medallion. These say medallions, so I'm not sure if they're full-size quilts. They look like full-size quilts. This one for sure is. It says album. So this is probably an album quilt. But it's applique, so it's probably applique quilts. And then there's a lot of reading in here to read about it. Quilting is something I'd like to try a little bit more. Maybe when I get my sewing machine up. Let's see. What else do I have here? These two I'm going to save till last. I got, let me put these up here. The History of Women's Costume. A costume reference. It's a pretty thin book, but it's interesting to read about the different styles of dress. I'm not sure what I'll do with this book. I might make an art journal out of this book because it's not that thick. I could see this being an art journal, or even I could see these pages taken out and put in between. Is this a stitched book? I think I got lucky with stitched books. I think this one is stitched too. Let's see if I can find the center here. Is that the center? No. I think this is a stitched. I think I got lucky finding. This is finding books that were stitched. They're pretty hard to find nowadays. They're usually glued. I think this is the center, and I can tell it's been stitched in there. I can feel the stitches. So this might go in between pages of my journal. And, you know, and I could draw and do things over here, maybe in watercolor. I would probably art on the text. So that was fun. And you can think, I spent $15 for all these books. And I think I got a pretty good deal. I'm not done yet. Here's one on embroidery. And this is not an embroidery stitch. It's not, this is not a dictionary. This is the author of the Dictionary of Embroidery Stitches. Shows how to combine the stitches into patterns and designs. So this is more about taking the stitches and combining them together, which I thought was really interesting. So this would be something that I might put out by my desk, and when I work with my friends on Monday afternoons, I usually stitch with a group of stitchers from St. Louis that I've known for years. Here's one on Renoir. Yep, this is another coffee table book. It's got a lot of black and white in here, which is sad because I think Renoir should be all in color. Got a little nudity there. I'll pass over that. Look how he balloons out there. The clown. The clown, he's a clown. And a little bit more nudity. Oops, we passed over that fast. The Breakfast at Berneval. Almost looks Victorian to me. I've been having my face in. So there's some color plates in here. Several color plates. It goes clear over to here. Well, I guess this part is all color. But then there's text in here and text at the back. A lot of pages of black and white. Which, you know, would be interesting to tear this out and make a top-down journal. Fold it so that, I guess you'd have to even just split it in half and make a half and half journal. I'd have to figure out the pages though. So I might do something with this book of cutting it up. This is Renoir again. The 1860s. I got it because it was art. Now, I got a couple books here that are not art. Well, several books, 3 or 4 books that are not art. I got this Reader's Digest. And for those of you who know Sue Hiles, she comes on and goes off of YouTube. She started back she does mixed media. She also does Bible journaling and that type of thing. But she also has a Facebook group, December Daily Anything Goes. And she said that she is making her December Daily for 2021 out of a Reader's Digest book. Now, I don't know if I'd love to see her book. She just did a page. Is this one folded? This is a color. Looks like there's some Knott's Trials. I thought I saw a couple illustrations in here. Oh, there's one. Lee and Grant. That might be kind of interesting. Lee and Grant. Civil War. Grant was Union and Lee was Confederate. Murder and the First Lady. Eleanor Roosevelt, a sleuth. Definitely. When her cause is justice and there's no stopping her. Looks like it's Eleanor Roosevelt breaking a safe there. I have to read that one. So, I don't know what I'm going to, Jenny, about to be. I don't know what I'm going to do with this book. I got it because I just thought it might be, I don't have very many condensed books. I don't think I have maybe one other one besides this one. And this might be fun to alter. We'll have to see. I'll probably keep it for a while before I decide. Now, let's see. I got these two, and I was really happy to get these because I like to read Mary Jane's Farms magazine, and she also published some books. Mary Jane Butters, she does organic farming. She was an attorney in New York City, and she moved to Idaho, and she does farming. And she also published some books here, but this is more along Martha Stewart type things, only it's very, her projects are very down to earth. Except for she sells some organic product. Some of her recipes use the organic product. And I tend to go and use, like, okay, cheese powder. I don't use cheese powder. But you could, cheese powder, you know, when you pop popcorn, you have that cheese flavoring. That's what that's about. Herbed popcorn. But her breads especially use her, let's see, rabbit pot pie. I don't think I'd eat rabbit pot pie. Milk punch recipe. 2 cups of fresh lemon juice and a pint of lemon sherbet. 1 cup of raspberry or strawberry jam and 1/2 pint of vanilla ice cream, ginger ale, and boy, I wonder what that tastes like. And a 1/2 pint of orange sherbet. But this is fun to look at. Look at, she's doing the hand shadows there. And I got 2 of these books, which I will keep out by my recliner. I love to look at these things. Make a pot cozy. What is this for? Milk and soy milk and molasses. All happiness depends on a leisurely breakfast. Clean but green. So there's that one, Mary Jane's Outpost. And then I got this one. I was just really happy to get these. Idea book, cookbook, and life book for the farm girl and all of us. And there she is, one of her. Wait, which one is it? No, these, I think that's her daughter. Yeah, because it says, beyond words, my mother is the perfectly composed poem. Or maybe that's her mother. That's her mother. And this is her daughter. And is that her dad? I'm not sure who that is. But it's the same type of book. So here's her sourdough, and she tells you how to do your sourdough. 2 cups of organic whole wheat bread flour. Now, I don't have organic whole wheat bread flour, but I'm thinking I could do the same thing with well, you could get bread flour. I don't think it has to be organic. You can do your own sourdough starter. Farm fairs, but she's pretty much organic farming. She doesn't use a lot of processed product. Shrimp. Where'd you get those pies? Key lime pie. Ooh, that looks good. Key lime pie. Air-dried flowers. Stitch and mend. Handmade soakers from baby bottom. Beauty parlor apron. Crochet creations. Lace hanky edging. Gifts. Neighborhood gift giving. Every woman who makes of her living something strong and good is sharing bread with us. Fabric of life. So this is just, I like to read these things. I'll go through her magazines if I can get them. And I'll put these out by my, and then we put them over here. I'll put those out by my, okay. One last one that I've been saving. The Book of Gnomes. I found a gnome book. I found a gnome book. And this would be fun to sketch some of these guys. Look, his injuries. He's got a broken leg. Burns. Oh no. Oh no! She's on fire! Oh no! Get my water out. Hornet stings, insect bites, snake bites. That's a pretty big snake for a little gnome. The cap, they talk about the cap. The cap deserves extra explanation. It's made of felt and is solid from its tip to the top of the head. Oh, they're telling about how to make it. See, these gnomes are pretty little creatures. Look at the rabbit to him, and here he is in the hollow of a tree here. And he's playing a saxophone. So I was just thrilled to get here's talking about Legends of the Gnomes. I was thrilled to kill the goblin. Elves, goblins, house of ghosts, trolls, dwarfs, river spirits, wood nymphs, mountain nymphs, and uldras. I don't know what an uldra is. Does it tell me what an uldra is? The gnome and the weather. Here, an uldra. I've never heard of an uldra. Creatures who live underground, to be found only in Lapland. They resemble gnomes, but are somewhat larger and colorless. They don't have any color. They live together in large families or tribes, have authority over big wild animals such as deer, elk, wolf, and reindeer, who obey them completely. They are quite friendly, but blind as bats in the daylight. If they are mistreated by man, disasters may occur. Do not mistreat an uldra. I hope that I'm pronouncing I'm pronouncing it right. Their ugliest method is to spread a poisonous powder over reindeer moss, causing that animal to die in large numbers and robbing the lap herders of their livelihood. Aww! There's a goblin. Here's a gnome swinging, dragonfly gnomes, hedgehogs, polecat. So this is a fun book to read. Wait a minute. Let's look at this lady here. She's got, where is she? Where did I see that lady? There's the rabbit. Carpentry, glass blowing, ceramic, home industry. Look at her. That's what I... Oh, dear me. Two little ones. Two little... That's their little pointy things are the gnome caps, the baby gnome caps, but she's breastfeeding. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, 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 dear. I'm surprised they'd have that in this book, because kids would be looking at this. I guess kids have to learn someplace, huh? Might as well learn it from a gnome. This is, and look at the gold foil. A gold foiled gnome on here. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So, I probably will not be tearing this up, but I might be sketching from it. See, and one reason I haven't finished my gnome, is because I don't think I have his face right, and I get a really good face here. So I might use this face as a pattern. And the flower pot to right here, but I think I need more of a pointy cap instead of the little flower pot on top. Or I could put the little one. The little one's not on it yet. I had it on there, but it came off because I just hot glued it on. I got some E6000 I want to try on that. But then I still might need to do a pointy, out of red felt, a pointy cap. Look at that belt. I could put a leather belt around that flower pot gnome. I could do that. All right, so that's my book haul. I'm going to put these books here. They're all stacked up over here, and they're going to fall if I don't. I'm going to put them in my box behind me. So pardon me while I get the big ones out first. Except for the ones that I'm going to. And then they're going to go, they are going to go in the craft closet. Let's put these big ones. Oh, I might keep these out for techniques. I might do a couple technique things out of those. Let's see, what else do I have here? I got John Ottoman and Artist to Artist. Yeah, come on. Wait a minute. My box is closing in on me. Pair of eyeglasses in that box. And I got to get them all back in there. Hold on. So I thought this was a really good library sale. They had a lot of art books, which I thoroughly enjoyed. All right, put my almanac in there. And let's see, I think I'll keep, the drawing one, the watercolor Bible. What other one was I going to do that technique? The color pencil workshop. Yeah, I might as well keep it out here. I'll keep these three out and do a technique out of them. The others are going to go in the other room. And my inventory box is going to tip over on me if I'm not careful. Okay. So these I'm going to keep out, but I'm not going to do that tonight. Let's look at chat. I was in my own world with these books. Let me come out and chat. Let me come out and chat. Here's my Victorian house where I was when I rudely got disconnected the other night. I was building this. Oh, hold it. I got the sound on here. I was building this. Oh, hold it. I got the sound on. Come on. I was building this. Oh, hold it. I got the sound on. Come on. I was building this. All right, let me put this back too. I was so proud of my little elevator. Here, he's sticking on there. My little elevator man, he's going to go up in the elevator, except for I think I'm going to have to put him on I was playing with him. I think he's going to have to go on the inside, like this. And you won't be able to see him until he comes out. So let me put this in here. And right now I just have him on with double-sided tape, but I think I'm going to put a little piece of Velcro on here and on my man, and then have a couple others that can go up and down the elevator. I had a lady out here. Here she is. Because I could take him out and put her in. And they're both going to go, let's see. Let's flip my page this way. They're both going to be able to go up and down the elevator. Let me put this in here. So in order for this to work the way I want it to work, you can see them in there. But I'm going to draw this, and I've got some examples of, it's called a birdcage elevator, and they used them in the Victorian era. And see, he'll go up and down. He'll go way up, and you can take him out. Now, when he comes down in here, if he goes down, you can take him out here and put her in there and have her go down. But I'm going to have to put stoppers on here to keep this from going out. So as I pull it this way, I'm going to have a stopper right here. It'll just be a piece glued across there, and it'll be as long as this, and it'll stop right. Well, I'll have to push him up a little when I put him in there. But I'm going to have a little door here that opens up. I'll have a little door where you can take him out and put her in. So I'm still working on the elevator. Then the other thing I want is pocket doors. And I think I can put pocket doors down in here. And I was thinking about putting a little baggage cart here too, but I might have to put that on another. I've got three pages that I can use for the parlor. And I also want to do, now I was thinking about doing a stained glass window here, but I might leave that. And let me pull the guy out. My little chairs here will pop up, but they're not pop up like, you know, they don't pop up like that. Now I could make some that way, but for now, that's good. And I got a little book here, a little guest register, and let me get them. I've got a little bottle of ink, and here's my little feather pen. My little feather pen. And I wanted that to be on the, it doesn't show up very well, but I wanted that to be on here so you could dip it in. You know, dip your pen in if you wanted to, or the pen could just come right across there in the journal. I could just hook it on, put a little string on it. Hopefully that would hold it. Maybe a string in here. And this is the ink bottle and the guest register here. But those are my interactive elements from the other night. And I'm still working on it. And I'm still working on the book. But I'm not going to work on it tonight yet. Let's see, I was going to come out and chat. It goes over on that desk that I cleared off. What do I have here? No. Here we go. Sorry about that. Let's chat. Hi, Susan. Susan, did you read the comment that I left on Rosemary's video? Howdy, Popo. Hi, Nina. I listened to that entire video where you said Mary had 932 empty wax paper boxes. And I left a comment and said, when I reach 932, I'll stop collecting. And I think I have some of that ledger paper left that I got from Johnny. And I told Rosemary, I said, if I can find it. You did and recounted 929. I stand corrected. Oh, Rosa, Popo. When I reach 930, I'll quit. I promise. But I might be an old lady by then. Oh, that's the other book I got. I got the book. It's in on my recliner. I got the book of When I'm an Old Lady, I'll Wear Purple. I was reading that out there by my desk. When I'm an old lady, I'll wear purple. Hi, Cheryl. And I told Rosemary, I said, if I can find it, I'll trade you a piece of that ledger paper for one of your beautiful echo dies that she wanted the ledger paper for. It's got to be one that on another piece of ledger paper. I'd trade her one for one. I think I got a couple sheets of it left. I'm not sure. But I don't know if she wants to trade. Why would she want to trade and get ledger paper to complete her book if she has to give away some? That would be my thought if I were her. But I was giving her some guff. I was giving her some guff this afternoon because you guys give me guff about doing my own art, not using her stuff. But I think I use her stuff. And I'm saying, I don't want my journal to look exactly like hers. No, I have to put my own stuff and use my own art in there. So, I was giving her some guff today. I know you do, Popo. I know you guys are just teasing. I know that. I giggled when I heard it. I had 932, 939. You miscounted. I think I have less than 15. Hi, Allie Kay. How are you doing? Allie Kay, keep Allie Kay's grandmother and her family in your prayers. Her grandmother fell, I think, didn't she, Allie Kay? Fell, and she's in the hospital. And it's really difficult at this time for Allie Kay and her parents to get to see her. So please keep Allie Kay's grandmother in your hearts and prayers. And Fran Baker, her mother passed away. Was it the day before yesterday? So, you know, it's not a happy time for some of you out there. So, come in here and hang with us if you're feeling down. We'll cheer you up. Hi, Mary Kay. Mary Kay's Artful Journey, welcome. Cheryl is here. Tim is here. Hi, Tim. Designs by CAD Pro. He says, your own art is the best. Yeah. Well, I really do like Rosemary's caboodles. She amazes me how she completes. And she not only did the caboodle, she did a caboodle and a safari and a wired journal and a boiled book. She was selling them and an accessory bag. I think I got everything but the wired journal. I don't think I got the wired journal. Let's see. Cheryl's here. Mina's here. Hi, Holly. Holly popped in on us. How you doing, Holly? Busy lady? She likes to echo dye on it. Yeah. She said that paper must have a high cotton content. If I can find it, I would like to have one of her sheets of echo dye. I'll have to see what I can find. I don't think I used it all. I know I used some in last month's journal, but I don't think I used everything I have. I'll have to look in that stack of stuff behind me. Oh dear. Diana's here. Janice. Hi, Janice Glines. Welcome, welcome. Janice posted pictures of her studio, her nice, neat, organized studio. Man, I could go exploring in Janice Glines' studio. Yes, I could. Holly is here. Popo says, oh yeah, this is where she recounted. A book with pop-up windows would be cool. Yeah. Here's where Tim came in. Mary Lou is here. Hi, Mary Lou. Mary Lou kept me company and Becky and myself company in the craft room today. She's lurking while she cleans up. Holly's here. Diana, Rhonda, Susan, Popo, Diana, Tim. I'm just going up to see if I missed anybody. Oh, Have At It. Hi, Have At It. Welcome, welcome. Have At It. Yeah, I love that. Have At It. Diana, Rhonda, Allie Kay. She says, I might have been here when you weren't. As you knew, Have At It. I don't recall seeing. Yeah, Have At It's been here before. I've seen her in here before. Hi, Lori, Pink Girly. Welcome, Lori, Pink Girly is in here. Lori Loves Montana, I think, was in here at the first. There's Ami. Hi, Ami. Welcome, Ami. Rhonda. Lynette Porter. Welcome, Lynette, if you're out there listening. Lynette Porter. Allie Kay, Rhonda. I'm trying to see if I missed anybody. Teresa, Little Sister Spitfire. Welcome, Teresa. Rhonda, Allie Kay, Rhonda, Teresa. Julie, I'm just scrolling up to see if I missed anybody. Aunt Beck, she says, hi again, Mary. Jean Moran, Diana, Candy. Okay. No, I guess I missed. Must have been another one that... Oh, maybe I saw Lori in the video that I posted. I posted a part 2 video for my messy studio. So, I want to work on postcards tonight. And let me put this up here. Becky and Ann put me to shame with postcards. I started this sheet with Becky and Ann Lar when they were going to do that postcard project. Let me get these moved off my desk. And here are the sunflower ones that are all ready to send. There's 18 of them. I'll send one to myself. So here are these. So these are just need to be addressed. So I'm good with those. However, I do have some bird ones. Oh, where are my butterfly ones? Oh, where are the butterflies? Oh no. Where are the butterfly ones? Oh no, I had the butterfly ones too. Are they, what did I do with them? Oh, right here. So, and I think I started making these too with Ann and Becky. I've got to put these under something or they're going to blow, the papers. And I punched out some butterflies to put on here, and I'm not sure I'm happy with the punch outs because I don't think, I was thinking that they don't show up too much. And let's see, this one I did not get outlined, but these others, did I only get one of them outlined? No, this one didn't get outlined. I didn't get them all outlined. I'm going to go over this with a black pen around the edges. I guess I was trying to think of what butterfly I want to put on some of these because I'm thinking they don't show up very much. I might put a tissue under there or maybe just under the wing to help it show up a little bit better. I think that's why I stopped on these because I was choosing butterflies to go on here. So I'm just going to take all the butterflies off. I think I have plenty of butterflies punched out. Now this one is gold, but see, I had painted freezer paper, and then when I had my sewing machine out, my old sewing machine out, I just did some random stitching. I'm going to move all these butterflies back in the package. And tonight, let's see, I think I'll do the backs and do the border, and we'll think about maybe I'll glue these down on some tissue paper and then tear the tissue out around them so that they'll show up better on here because I don't think they show up very well. So that's, I think I'll work on these first. Let's just get the ones that have got gold out. I got a hello on some of these too. I don't know how many hellos I have. Let's put these butterflies back in the... I think I got enough butterflies. Let's put the butterflies back in. Hi Brenda D, welcome, welcome. Hi Samantha, welcome, welcome. Welcome to everybody who's come in. I might turn this upside down or maybe turn the pink paper upside down so you can see a little bit better. Let's just get as many of these together as I can and put them in here. This is what I was doing when my computer shut down on me the other night. I was putting stuff in a bag. Or I had just put stuff in a bag. I was working on my elevator. And I'll be working on that Victorian journal forever. It isn't gonna happen in all at once, but I'm inspired. I've been watching videos, restoration videos of Victorian houses and real estate videos where they sell them. I also have these birds, and they're all ready to go. I think postcard. So these are some that I can send too. I think they're all done. I don't have them edged. I don't know if I'm going to edge them. I might just edge them with some blue. like I did here. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 and 18 is what, 29? So I'll have a good set of postcards, and then I'm going to make some more, but let's work on, let's see. Let's put these with these and put them over here. And let's sort out the ones that need gold. Needs gold, needs gold. I think my gold pen was getting dry on me. I stopped. That one has gold. This one does. This one does. This one does. And this. So just these 4 need gold on the front. So I'm going to do that first. I like listening to you, Popo. I got the biggest kick. Popo was teaching a lesson the other night, because she and Rosemary were remarking how, was it you? No, it was Aunt Mimi? Aunt Mimi? Or, that's how I pronounce her name. I think she went on a trip or something, but everybody was missing her. And saying, where is she? Where is she? And Rosemary and Popo were going, we don't know. They don't give us a forwarding address. And so Popo the other night, see, I listened to that video. I think that was that video 3, part 3 of the caboodle. I still have part 4 to listen to. And Popo, I still do not understand why in heaven's universe does Rosemary put that clipboard on the front of the journal. My clipboard is not going to go on the front of the journal. I just have to say. I think what is happening here is I'm going to have to get me a new... There it comes. Because she covers up that wonderful... Now this is... I was giving Rosemary a hard time once because she was... What did she do? She put modeling paste or gesso. She gessoed a... what is that word? The precursor to plastic. Oh, I can't think of it right now. She thought people wouldn't want to ruin their cover. So she put a clipboard, well, there's a clipboard stick on there, or is it something you can take off? If you can take that clipboard off, see, maybe I missed something there. If you can remove the clipboard, I can live with it. But if you glue that clipboard onto that cover, well, you've already ruined it. Melamac. Thank you, Teresa. That was the word I was looking for. Several months ago, Rosemary gessoed, well, no, it wasn't Melamac. What is that precursor to, oh, it's not Melamac. The precursor to plastic. You know, the mirrors are made out of it, the hand mirrors. I see a lot of hand mirrors and combs and shaving kits. She used plastic hair ties to make it come off easy. Okay, I can live with that. If she doesn't glue that clipboard down, I can live with it. I thought she was gluing it down to the front cover. See, I should watch the entire video before I say something. Huh. Melamine. Bakelite was what I was thinking of. Hi, Miss Padwina. Welcome. Bakelite was what I was thinking of. But Melamac and melamine are running right up there with it. But Bakelite was what I was thinking of. Some of the old photo albums covers are made out of Bakelite. And they have those... Oh, am I even thinking right there? I'll have to stop talking about that because my mind is holding on to what I want to say. But anyway, I was giving Rosemary some guff. Was it Bakelite? Those photo album covers? Now I'm wondering if I've got my facts straight on that because I can't remember. So shut up, Mary. Stop giving Rosemary a hard time. Yeah, if she doesn't glue that postcard down, I can live with it. Bakelite is extremely collectible. It's in good shape. Yes, it is. Well, the album was not in good shape. That's why she was doing it. The album was not in good shape. She was refurbishing the album. But I'm going, leave it alone. It's perfect the way it is. But she did a good job. Rosemary always does a good job. And I love her caboodles. And, you know, I have to have the next one. Even though I'm still working on journals. I got to have the next one. And I have been trying to catch up with her African caboodles because I do want to, oh, maybe I'll do that tonight too. I sketched those African ladies. Maybe I'll try to cut a stencil tonight. Now you can buy those African stencils that Rosemary was using. You can buy it on Amazon, but I think I'll carve my own. Right, Tim? Rhonda gave a link to, whose channel is that? Is that Janet Nash's, Rhonda? Friends. Rhonda says, friends, I just wanted to ask a favor if you don't feel obligated. I met a beautiful person last night. She has terminal cancer. Oh, no. And she's feeling quite low. She has a channel with 70 subbies. Who is it, Rhonda? Rhonda says she's trying to grow it with her story and help others. She is a felter. Oh, she needs to get acquainted with Beth. Rhonda, you might send her link to Beth Schuler, because Beth and Sharon Lombard does a lot of felting. She's trying to grow her story and help others. She's a felter and likes to make cards. I've told her about many crafters, and I'm hoping she will join us. Oh, I hope she does. Rhonda left a link to her channel. She's in the UK. Her name is Sam. If you would like to sub to her channel, she would be grateful. I'm going to go out there. I don't think she would mind if I go to her channel for my stream. And let's just unplug this is her channel. The Fighting Felter. Let me subscribe because I'm here. She's got 86 subscribers now. Let's look at her about. She says, hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Sam. Thank you so much for taking the time to visit. My channel is a mix of needle felting and a few other crafts, and also a vlog of my stage 4 cancer journey. Please don't think my channel will be full of amazing makes. I'm still very much a beginner. We love beginners. She says, I'm still very much a beginner at needle felting, and I am too. But I love it so much. I want to share with you what I've learned with you guys. I will be doing videos about needle felting, crafting tools, tutorials, shopping trips, and take you along with me on my stage 4 cancer journey. Again, thank you for taking the time to visit. If you'd like to follow my fighting and felting journey, please subscribe to my channel. I'd love to share this with you. And she's got an Etsy shop and an Instagram. And she joined in July. Let's go look at her videos. She says, we got married. I'm dying, so we got married. Oh, terminal cancer wedding, our wedding. Oh, I so much want to click on that, but I don't like to show the videos. You have to go look at the videos. I'm going to go look at that after. I was watching one of those Victorian restoration videos, and they did a treasure hunt through some boxes. This house was occupied by a lady, and she passed away, and then I think it was her husband who lived in that house till he was like 96 or so, and he passed away, and they had an estate sale, and the boxes that were left in this room, they did 2 videos, part 1 and 2, and I can't remember. Let's see if I can find her from maybe from my history. Let me go give you the link to that too. Restoring, here, let me grab the link let me click on this and grab the link to their channel. And I'll come back to Sam. Let me grab her channel. Let me grab the channel here. Share, copy link. And if you look in, well, I'm going to post a link to this. I've been watching a lot of Victorian restorations. If you scroll down, you'll see that they have 2 treasure hunts. We find real treasure. And you have to scroll down to look at it. But let me go back to my own chat here. Let me go back. Hold on. Go back to my own world here. And I want to drop the link to this channel, because in the treasures that they were looking at, now this is a restoration video here, and I can't remember their names. I'm just going to put the link in there. It's Restoration Nation is the name of the channel. But if you scroll through the videos, you'll see we found real treasure. And she was opening up the boxes that were left in the room after the treasure hunt. So after the estate sale, they had bought the house and they were remodeling it, and they found all these boxes left in a room, and they were opening them up to see. And they thought, oh, they've already had the estate sale. It's just stuff that nobody wanted. They found a scrapbook, and in this scrapbook, they found out that she was married to a Navy pilot, and they found the letter from World War II from the colonel who had written to her. She was married to her first husband, and they found the letter where this colonel had written and announced that he was killed in action. Now, and all these photos and letters and everything, nobody wanted them from an estate sale. I'm going to go to more estate sales. And they found some boxes of stamps, postage stamps, several boxes, probably about 5 boxes full of stamps, collection stuff. Nobody bought those. Why wouldn't anybody not buy those at an estate sale? So that was a real fun thing to watch. Let me go back now, and I want to go back to Rhonda's link here to Sam's. The felting fiber, and I was looking at her videos here, and what reminded me of it was her very first video that comes up here, it says, "We got married, I'm dying, so we got married." She has stage 4 cancer. And I just want to click on that. Let's see, Aldi, weekly food shop, needle felting tutorial. Rhonda, do you know where she's located? Oh, you said she was in the UK. Needle felting tutorial. Live post, let's see, weekly vlog, shopping haul, a cancer video, needle felting. I'm going to have to go in and look at some of these. A shopping haul. Here's where she felts looks like a dryer ball. And she has a beginning basics, and then she's got a beginning video down here, a felting. And so I subscribe to her, Rhonda. Hi, Melissa. Welcome, Melissa. My friend said estate sales are very awesome. I'm going to have to go to some rather than going to garage sales. I'm so disappointed that Goodwill got rid of all their junk. They sell in mostly clothing now. I'm going to have to take in some estate sales. But you know what? I was real good Saturday. I wanted to go to that junk street market so bad, but I stayed home. I stayed home because I went to the library all the day before, and I thought, well, I don't need any more. I need to clean up a little, so. There's Auntie Loopy. It's always sad to me when I see photos at those sales that nobody wants them. Oh, I would grab them so fast. I'd grab them so fast you wouldn't even know what I did. Color with Melissa, hi. Mary Kay is here. Rhonda says, cool, Mary, I'll check it out. Yeah, because I'm doing that Victorian bed and breakfast journal, I've been watching all these restoration videos. And this one that I gave the link to, this Restoration Nation, they're just a man and his wife. They do restore ones, but it isn't like, they're not Joanna Gaines and what's his name? Chip. But they remind me of them. And, they explain. And I think I'm going to take back that paint stripper that I got at Menards because I was reading the back of it. And it says, do not use indoors. I'm going, oh, I should have read that before I paid for it. I haven't opened it yet. I think I'm going to take it back and see if I can't find a little bit safer product. You can probably use it indoors, but you have to have very well ventilated and everything. And I might take it back before I open it up. Rhonda said she's going to be shocked when she gets up in the morning. She met me through a chat last night. She's going to feel all the hugs. Yes, she is. Let's go back and look at her subscription. Oops, that was mine. Let me go back, Rhonda. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Boy, did it scroll off? There it is. The Felting Fiber. She's got 100 subscribers now. You guys are good. What did I say when we first come in here? Would she have 70 or 80 subscribers? And now she's got 100. Thank you all for subscribing to her. That's so sweet. Rhonda, would you drop the link again to the Felting Fighter again? So that they don't have to scroll up to find it. What are you stripping paint from, Janice? You could use your heat gun and a scraper. Really? I might try that. I wanted to test out in our kitchen. I am trying to get my brother to paint the walls. I pretty much have got him convinced to put in flooring. We're trying to find somebody who can come in and do it yet this fall. We've had two people. Well, I called one person who built the garage. We liked his work, and we called him again, but he can't come till next spring. We had a guy come down that did the floors in my nephew's house, and he came down, and he said, well, he can't do it till next spring either, but he won't paint the walls. He doesn't paint. And so I found, and I shared it with my brother. I said, I'd like to call this guy because he does kitchen and bathroom remodels, and he'll probably do the floors and the kitchen. My brother doesn't really want to paint the walls, but I'm going, you need to paint the walls if you're going to redo the floor, and you need to paint the walls first. And I think I could paint the walls myself, but he doesn't trust me. I don't know why, but what I did, I went to Menards and I got a paint sample, and I do agree with him. It's kind of a light gold, and it's just a tad bit darker than what either one of us want. I want a little bit lighter color. And I think it was mixed up right. I just got I chose a darker color than what it really needs to be. And when I told him that I was going to go get another sample of paint and get it in a lighter color, I think he felt better. My brother felt better about that. So, but the kitchen wall now, Janice, has this gloss green, bright green woodwork. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. And so it's a gloss paint, and I don't know if would my heat gun and a scraper take away. If you're stripping something large, swap your can with low fume stripper. Your heat gun is very labor intensive. Okay, swap your can with a low fume stripper. Yeah, that's what I need, Janice, is something that doesn't. The heat gun's very labor intensive. I don't know if the heat gun would take that glossy paint off. I could try it. And when I got this, I bought a little scraper, and I was just thinking about doing just a little, maybe a 1 inch at the very bottom in a corner or something. Thank you, Rana, for dropping her link again. You guys have to go to the Fighting Felter. Look, she's got 2 more subscribers just since I looked last. Thank you, guys. Thank you guys for subscribing to it. She is, Rhonda. She's going to wake up tomorrow morning and say, boy, I'm glad I made friends with that Rhonda. Was Lisa in here? Did I miss Lisa? Bye, Lisa. Have a good week. I'll try to catch you tomorrow, Lisa, if you stream tomorrow. I've been missing Lisa's streams. Bye, Lisa. Good night. Thanks for popping in. Aww. And Rhonda, introduce her to Beth Schuler and Beth Schuler's group, because they do a lot of felting in there. Yeah, we are grateful to everybody who subscribed to her. Let's see, did Lisa say anything that I missed? Because I was looking at all those channels. Lisa was here. Melissa's here. Teresa. I didn't see Lisa chat very much, I guess. She must have chatted way up above and I scrolled by it. Amia's here, or was here. She's out there. It's okay to lurk, you guys. It's okay to lurk. Rhonda says, well, Mary, I just found her email and I'm going to give her everyone's channel. Aw, thank you, Rhonda. That's sweet. Yeah, we would love to have her come in, and I think she'd really enjoy Beth Schuler's channel, too. Mark Muir is... He was in here the other night, and he said that he's starting to do some felting, and I imagine he's working with Beth on that. I'd like to get Mark Muir as a guest streamer. I don't know, he might be too busy. He's pretty busy nowadays, I guess, but it'd be fun to have him come in on a stream. He used to stream all the time. I'm not sure why. Him and Diana, and was it you, Diana, or who's the other one? Oh, my mind went blank. Ayala. I get Diana and Ayala mixed up all the time. I'm sorry. My apologies. My apologies. See, this gold paint is not showing up very well on the edges here. I'm going to go around it with black. But I'm still going to do it. Wouldn't it be neat to get another set of postcards ready? Yes, it would. All right, we'll just leave that. And maybe my black will help bring that out a little. We'll start with these over here at the bottom. I'm going to outline this in black. Diana says, are you talking about Mark Muir? Yes, I am. Did you used to stream with him, or was that Ayala? He used to have some streams. Or video hops, didn't he? Whatever happened to that? There's my Sharpie pen. I want to keep that out. And let's use the blue. I might use the green too. All right. Get a couple pins out here in case the ones I want don't work. Yeah, I was talking about Mark. Janice said she hasn't seen Mark in quite a while. He was in, this is a thin one. He was in here he was in here, was it Friday night? And he said he was doing some felting. He said he's been pretty busy, I think. Mary Kay says, I used to stream. Well, Mary Kay, did you do lives? We would love to have you come on as a guest artist. I have been, what's been happening in the streams is lately I've been having a lot of people cancel on me for good reasons, but they've been canceling. And Aaron's going to take a break now, so I'll have, I don't know what time zone you're in, but Aaron was streaming around, around 8:30 at night? You never streamed with him, but you know of him. He's friends with Abstract Possibilities channel. Oh, okay. Well, then it must have been Ayala, because one of you guys streamed with him, I thought. I'd have to go back and look at his channel. He did that Christmas journal. What was that? Wasn't last year, was it the year before last? That's the last that I really saw him do a lot of work. He was making those leather journals, those faux leather journals. Hi Popo says, I used to stream too about nothing. Well, Popo, would you do a stream? Would you do a live stream? You'd have to stay on the theme though. We haven't decided. Becky said that they were chatting about next month's, what we were going to do next month, and I'll tell you, I was so tired from Friday night. I have to tell you, it does tire me out on Fridays, because you guys get tired, but I get tired because I feel like I need to be in everybody's stream, and, you know, I just feel like if I'm not there, I have to be there at least some of the time. And by the time I get done streaming at night, Saturday, I'm bushed. I am bushed. So I usually drop a thank you to everybody, and then I take Saturday off. And that's what I did. And I went to the library Friday. So I was tired Saturday. I just didn't want to do much. I watered my flowers, and that was about it. I think I slept in the afternoon on Saturday. What did Popo say about me streaming? What's his channel? I think it's just Mark Mirror. I think that's his channel name. You didn't answer me, Popo, about streaming. Would you come in as a guest, Popo? We'd love to have you. You have such a wonderful sense of humor. You could bring Mary, you could stream and bring Rosemary as a guest. You can do StreamYard and bring Rosemary as a guest. Yeah, I would love to see that. Reverse the roles there. And Rosemary could read all the comments to her heart's content. And that would be fun to watch. That would be fun to watch. Rosemary could read the chat to you. She's not answering me. Papa, we want an answer. I think that would be fun to watch. I don't want to discuss what we're talking about for next fall until we actually make a decision. And then after I'll go out sometime tomorrow and check the channel, and when we make a decision, or check the group. When we make a decision, I'll set up a pre-process playlist, and then you'll know what the theme is. She says, I have no talent when it comes to crafting. Well, we could teach you. We could have Rosemary show you how to make an ATC. I don't believe that you have no talent. You have good taste. Or maybe I could get Rosemary and you could come and do the Rosemary, read all the Rosemary chat to Rosemary like you do on hers. We don't have to do it next month. I'll be hitting you guys up for a guest. Rosemary's been a guest on my channel before. I've enjoyed having both of you on. We always enjoy it when you come in, Popo. Rhonda says, I would link to Mark's, but there are a few Mark mirrors. Let me see if I can find it here. Let me see. I have to go back one. Maybe I can find it from my... Let me search my list here. Where's my search? Search here. Mark M-U-I-R. I don't know, did he take his channel down? I haven't seen him for a while. No, I don't think that's him, but let's look at his videos. No, the first one that popped up is not him. There he is. It's Artsploration. Let me grab the link here. Well, I had it. Let me grab the link. You guys might have already found it, but hold on. By the time I hit with the one finger searching on everything, share, whoops, live chat. Here, I'm going to put in, let's see, I'll just put Mark. Well, I better put in mirror, M-U-I-R, paste, send. Oh, did you find it? She found it. Oh, and I put in the wrong, did I put in the wrong? Rhonda found it. Let me delete my comment because I didn't get the share in there. Let me remove my comment. There. You got it, Rhonda. Thank you. That's Mark. Well, at least you linked to it right. I didn't get the link copied because I have to go up to the menu to copy it, and it evidently didn't. There's Artfully. Hi, Debbie Paints. Welcome. She said there's a John Mirror that does nature journaling. I wonder if they are kin. I don't know. Does his channel pop up, Debbie, when you search for it? I don't know. They could be relation. That does sound interesting, doesn't it? Nature journaling. We'll have to go. Rhonda, could you go look at John Mirror's channel and drop a link to it that Debbie is talking about? See if you can find that channel. I'd like to see that. Hi, Angie. Dandy says, I'm taking you all to the bathroom with me. Going to take a bath. We won't look, Angie. Just don't drop us in the tub. Yeah, Mark has not, he said, he was in my chat the other night, and he said that he's been pretty busy. He said he's doing some needle felting. He's trying to get some needle felting done. So that makes me think that he's been, Beth knows him, Beth Schuler knows him. And I think he may be hanging out with Beth and Beth's chats, which is fine with me. I'm just glad he's coming back. I'd like to have him join us some night as a guest. And he could do some needle felting, him and Beth Schuler. And we could do a do your own thing night. But we'll give it a little time. I got to get out there and see what they're chatting about in our group. Okay. So I'm very happy with that. Now, I was thinking that I'd do the edges. Let me go in here and just write postcard on here. I think I'll stamp. Let's see what I got. And I got my stamps out close by. Let's see, what did I carve? I carved that little flower pot. That might look good on here. No, I'm not going to carve anything tonight. What did I do with my flower pot? Is it in here? Here it is. We'll do my little flower pot with the hand on it. We'll stamp that. on the back of these. Yes. And let's get some ink. Ink, ink, ink. Right here. And I might have to refresh this a little. Is my refresher out here? Oh, where's my refresher? It's hiding from me, but it's here. Let's refresh. And I need a scraper. A little one. Yeah, my little ones fall down in there. And we'll just use this one. Oh, that's blue. We don't want blue, we want black. Okay, I'm going to refresh this so they'll be nice and pretty. It'll be nice to get these postcards done and addressed and sent out. But they may not go out until Tuesday, because I'll have to be addressed. I won't get them addressed by the time my brother goes to the... But if I get them done by Tuesday, we're going out on Tuesday, so maybe I can get a batch of postcards sent. And another person Becky mentioned that we were missing, and if she's out there, if you guys know, is Danny Coleman. We haven't seen Danny around for a while. Let me check that channel out. John Muir Laws. Oh, he's got a different last name though. His middle name is Muir. Let's see. Let me look at his about. Oh, he just has he's got a website. He joined in 2011. He's got a 28K subbies. Let's, without looking at his videos. I don't like to play the videos. Oops. I don't like to play the videos while I'm streaming because I feel like, unless I know somebody, but I don't mind going to their channel. He doesn't have a community. He's got some playlists out there. They look pretty good. I'm going to subscribe to him. He's got a big subscriber base. And let's ring the bell. And let me go back. I'm not sure I rang the bell for... Let me go to my history. For the felting. Was I... Hold it. I have to find you guys again now. I got Mark's bell around. Got to ring their bell. Here, I'm at her. Let me ring her bell. There. Now I'll get... When you subscribe to somebody, like we've been subscribing to the Fighting Felter, be sure that you set the bell to... from personalized to all, so that you'll get a video when she releases one, unless you only want it every now and then. Yeah, this will work. All right, let's stamp the back of these postcards. So this way, this way, this. Go do it this way. I don't know how I'm going to put the butterflies on here, so it's hit and miss how these are going to go on. Like this. And I'll just let the bottom of the stack cushion my stamp. And let me go back to my stream, because I'm lost in the internet. Welcome to everybody that's come in. I got an ad. It's taking up my whole... let's go to live chat. There we go. My husband's foster name was Danny Coleman. Oh, really? Danny Coleman. D-A-N-N-Y. Danny is D-A-N-I. Danny Coleman. Let's see. When did I last hear from her? She sent me a Happy Mail. I need to send her maybe I'll send her a postcard. I think that's the last time I heard from her. No, I'm buffering. There I go. Am I live? Yeah, I got the red dot. Hi, Nina. Did I say hi to you? Becky says, I see some rough days ahead. We are back from Scott's mom. Oh, Becky. Well, you know, though, she's lucky. Scott's mom is just lucky to have you and Scott nearby. You know, you're a blessing to her, I'm sure. I'm sure you are a blessing. Prayers, Becky, Rhonda says. Sending out hugs and prayers. Becky is doing this, what is the project called? Dresses for Girls? Is that what the project is called? But she's making all these, oh, cute, darling dresses for little girls. And they are so sweet, and she's putting all these heart pockets on them. And today she was going to do a white one. And she thought, well, she needs a lining or a slip. So Becky went and found material. Did you find that? I think you said you found material to make that dress reversible. How cute! Project Dress-A-Girl. Hashtag Project Dress-A-Girl. If you are into sewing, after I get this room cleaned out enough that I can get that sewing machine out, I want to start doing some things on my sewing machine. We still got some garden work to do. I planted mums. I got 7 mum plants, fairly large mum plants planted. But it won't be long and I'll be having to get out there and empty all my flowers are still pretty out on the porch. You saw them the other day in my video. They're still thriving out there. But it won't be long and we'll have our first frost. And I'll have to get out there and I'm going to empty all the flower pots. I get fresh dirt every year. And empty all the flower pots, and I put the dirt this year, well, last year I put the dirt in holes where my brother had some trees that he had pulled out, and the roots, where the roots were some holes, and they were dangerous. You could break an ankle if you fell in one. So I filled up all those holes with my leftover dirt last year. But this year I'm going to, under our dining room window where I usually plant marigolds, that dirt is not very deep. And I'm going to fill that plot up with dirt that's in my flower pots. And I have to say, the dirt in my flower pots is just topsoil. It's not potting soil. Potting soil's too expensive when I have to fill 25 pots. Although I do have some potting soil that I bought, but I never opened it. It's out there unopened. And then my the corner out there where I have my bird bath, I'm going to mulch it with that red wood, I think. And then if I plant anything in there, I'll have to move the mulch. I'll have to scrape the mulch away to plant anything. Which is okay by me. And I think I want all hostas, and I'd love to get some cone flowers to grow in there, or some tiger lilies might, or daylilies might be nice in there too if I could get them to grow. Mary Kay says, I found some have done aprons at a yard sale. Becky says, I did, and it's ready to sew the neckline and armholes tomorrow. I'm too tired to run the machine tonight. Well, Becky, you have just done an outstanding job on all those dresses. They are so darling. You should do a flip. Can you do a flip of those after you get them done, or you have to send them all at once? Or I would love to see a video flip of those dresses. You're doing what, 16? Mary Kay says, half done. Becky, they are very pretty, and some lucky young ladies to get them. Yes, I agree, Mary, or Teresa. Angie says, my great-nephew has been out of school for a week. He gets to go back tomorrow. All right. Oh, yeah, we're going to put green on here around the edges. And I'm just going to write hello on the back of it. And we'll get these ready to go. And those bird ones are already ready. And then I have I think I estimated that I could get 9 or 10 3 by 5s out of this piece. I'll be doing postcards tonight. I'm only going to stay on until 10 o'clock tonight. From 6 till 10, that's 4 hours of streaming. That's long enough. Don't you agree? And maybe if I get to bed at a decent hour, I can get up and watch our Janet Nash comes on tomorrow at 9 Eastern. What I want to get started doing, and I know I've said this before, but so far I haven't been able to get my body moving. But I want to watch Janet Nash on Mondays, and on Wednesdays watch Dee Dee Willingham. Dee Dee comes on tomorrow morning at 8:30 Eastern, and Janet Nash comes on tomorrow at 9 Eastern. And Janet Young comes on, I always forget Janet Young's time, but she comes on after Dee Dee. I think she comes on around 12 or 1. I forget her time. And then I forget who much. Monday afternoons are a blur to me. But Lisa Conway comes on Monday evenings, and she's been coming on around 6. So I don't know if she's going to come on earlier. I think last week she went on earlier, but that's around my dinner time, our supper time. So I don't usually get in there until a little later. If I make it. I haven't been making it. But I want to get... I'm much better at watching videos in the winter time because I can't get outside. And I'm better at sitting in here. But you know what? I think one thing that's kept me from doing art with you guys, you know, sitting here at my desk and doing Dirty Dozens and all of that while you guys are streaming, is my messy room. And maybe if I get this mess cleaned up enough to where I'm comfortable working in here, you might see me in here working with you guys a little bit more. Now these butterflies are going to have to be collaged on here. And I always, but if I was going to put a backing on those, so I might do that first. So I won't need a whole lot of napkins to do that, to make them show up a little bit better. We'll finish with the backs first, because I'm almost done here. I forgot to count how many of these I had. Did I count those before? No, I counted the bird ones. The bird ones are done, and the sunflower ones are done. And we'll get these done. Postcards. This is all Becky's fault. This is all Becky's fault. You can blame Miss Becky. Let's see. Mary says good night. Good night, Mary. Angie says, I've been having my sewing machine out for 2 days. Yay, and oh, that's Becky. Oh, she's telling Aunt Becky, I've been sewing at my machine for 2 days, Angie says. Mary Kay saying good night. Good night, Mary. Rhonda dropped a link to Janet Nash's channel. Thank you, Rhonda. And to Dee Dee's channel. Allie Kay says, I'm back from supper. Mary Lou says she's not leaving yet. Oh, I thought it was Mary Kay. Mary Kay is. Did I say the wrong person? I'm sorry, Mary. Mary Lou says she's still here. I so appreciated Allie Kay and Suze and who was it the other night. They hung out with me until my computer died, my phone died, which reminds me I should probably check it up there and see if it's getting juice. But I didn't have it plugged in the other night. I was setting up and I did everything except for plug in the cord. Oh, duh. So it didn't get any juice in it by the time, it was a little before 10 and it died. This YouTube, it will sap your phone if you don't keep it charged up. I keep it charged up while I'm streaming, and it will sap. It will just drain the energy. Let me check. Make sure it's charged up. Oh, do. Hold the phone. Yeah, it says 100%. You're fine, Mary. Did Ann come in? Hi, Ann. Yeah, keep Ann in your prayers, too. She says she's okay, but she lost a brother last week. So, just keep her in your good thoughts and prayers. It's never easy to lose a family member. I almost dread the day that I lose my brother here. In fact, this morning I was saying that in the gals in chat tonight, my brother sleeps a lot. He just sleeps a lot. But sometimes he worries me because it was 11 o'clock this morning. And I went out, I thought, he hasn't been up. Usually he's up before 11. You know, he'll get up and read the paper. Well, on Sundays, there's no paper. And I thought, if he doesn't get up by noon, I'm going to go in there and turn the light on and make sure he's okay. But I made some dinner rolls, not some dinner rolls, some cinnamon rolls. Postcard. I made some cinnamon rolls, and that woke him up. So I was happy. Well, he didn't die in his sleep last night. And it's funny because when I hear him sneeze, I go, well, he's alive. But you know, he's not getting any younger. He's not getting any younger. I might go before he does, but I doubt it. And I'll probably have to move when he passes away because I can't live in this house by myself. It's too much house for me to take care of. And you know, I don't think I'd want to. I'd love all the space, but I don't think I'd want to be in this house by myself. Mary says. So he's going to leave the house to his son, and that's fine by me. Let him sell it. His son's wife is a real estate salesperson. And if anybody can sell this house, she can. I'll probably have to do some upgrades. But building that new garage last year certainly helped. And if he puts in a kitchen floor like we're trying to get him to do and paint the kitchen and put in a bathroom floor, a decent bathroom floor, that will help. We've got pretty good carpeting. And he just had a new furnace put in 2 years ago, I guess. And he has that checked every year. Hi, Jude. Welcome, Jude. Yeah, they're sending good thoughts out to Anne. Jude says, thank you, Rhonda. I just joined dear friend via you and Mary. She replied and said she subbed to Mary. Oh, she's a strong woman. Oh, I'm glad she subbed to me. Thank you, Rhonda, for sharing her. You can share her link again, Rhonda, if you want. The Fighting Felter. How many subbies does she have tonight? Now, she had like 70 or 80 when I first went out there, and all of a sudden she was at 102. So you guys have done good by her. When you sub to somebody, be sure you ring the bell so that you'll get their videos. Otherwise, you'll only get them on occasion. Angie says, I always say, I hope I go before my mother because I know what is coming and I don't want any part of it. Yeah. Well, Angie, but like I told Fran, she did right by her mother. Fran took care of her mother, and I think there's a certain blessing in taking care of your elderly family. I took care of my mother, or I could say I took care of her before I couldn't, until I couldn't anymore. I worked full time, so we did put her in her home the last couple years of her life, but she lived with me. I lived with her for a couple years after my dad passed away, and then she came and lived with me. Would you drop her link again, Rhonda, the Fighting Felter? I'm putting Rhonda to work tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Let me click on it. She's at 103 subscribers. I'm so proud of you all. I'm so proud of you. Teresa says she subbed. Thank you, Teresa. And thank you, Jude. It wouldn't let you do it. That old YouTube can get pretty fussy sometimes. I can't tell you. You guys know how I vent with YouTube. I won't do that tonight. We'll just keep things fun tonight. Make sure I can spell postcard right. I ran across a Christmas postcard that I sent to Barb Fillion, and it came back with the wrong address. And I was thinking I should send it. I think I sent it to her in 2018 when I did those Christmas bulbs. And I ran across it today while I was cleaning. I was thinking I should send it to her. I've been meaning to resend it. I have some stuff I want to send to her, and I keep putting it off, like everything else, all my Happy Mail. But these postcards are going to go out. Barb's going, sure, Mary, I know you're going to send it. And same way with Sue's. I have stuff I want to send to Sue's. And Teresa, I got a little coat book that I'm holding that she wanted in a contest. It has to be a year or so ago. And it's sitting over there on my cart. Yeah, Mary. Mary's on her Happy Mail vent tonight, how bad she is with Happy Mail. That bad. I don't know what happened to me. I don't know what happened to me. I used to send out Happy Mail all the time. And even when I lived down here, I'd send out, because I know I went over to the post office where the library is. I don't know. I got bad. Rhonda says, I can't imagine being in her situation. Yeah, you never know. You never know. I think Pearl had an auction this afternoon. I was in Becky. Becky, you saved me from spending my money this afternoon. But I think I'm expecting a box from Pearl from her auction from earlier in August. And I can't wait to get it. My brother said there was a box waiting for me, but he got there too late on Saturday to... I'm just going to write hello in here on these. He got there too late. Let's see. I think I'll just put 3 dots. That's good. So that's 1. This is 2. Three. I think I got 8 of these. We'll see. 4. 5. I might have more than that. 6. Looks like I have 9 of them. 7. 8. 9. All right, 9 of those. I'm going to count these again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's 20. I'm going to put blue on these. 20 and 18 is what? 38 postcards? Whoa, Mary! And I'm going to make some more tonight. I still need to put the butterflies on those. And I want to outline. Let's try the blue. I don't think I put a border on these. Oh yeah, let's do the blue and black on these. And I think the back of these are done, so I don't have to worry about that. I did these a long time ago. These were part of a Dirty Dozen, I think. So I'm going to come back with black on that. Angie says, Allie, my mother wants me and my brother to live here together. We don't get along. I'm older than him and he thinks he's my boss. I understand that, Angie. I've got a younger brother who thinks he's my older brother. Of course, he is kind of smarter than me. I'll give him credit for that. He is more intelligent than I am. But he could be nice about it. Looks like I need to heal that one. He could be nice about it. If you're that smart, you could be nice. He's not smart enough to be nice. I'm nicer than he is. I'm nicer to him than he is to me. Let's put it that way. These have already been varnished. These bird ones, I can tell. But this is permanent ink, so it's a Pen Plus Gear permanent ink marker. And I'll have to send one of each of these to myself. I can't send out postcards without sending one of each design to me, because then that'll go in my art stash. You always keep one for yourself. Hopefully the post office will get it to me. Rhonda says, I personally would rather be dumb and nice than smart and mean. Well, dumb kind of describes me. I try to be nice, but I'm not nice all the time either. I have my days, let me tell you. I have my days. And usually I think I'm not nice for a good reason, but anybody who's not nice, even my younger brother, thinks you have a good reason. I have a reason for not being nice to her. She's dumb. Well, I think the problem is with him. He has in his head a vision of a sister that he wants me to be, and I'm not that sister. You know? I'm not that perfect sister. And so I think that's kind of, you know, what do you want to say? Disappointed him. I think I disappointed him. We got along when our first year of college, not my first year, his first year of college, he was still, he was 2 years behind. He's a year younger, but he was 2 years behind me in school. And I was a sophomore going on to being a junior when he was his freshman year. And we got along then, but it was more or less after college that our conflicts began. And I remember telling him once when my older sister passed away, at least he had the what do you want to say? At least he was nice enough to let me know, because they didn't contact me, they contacted him. Of course, I was the one who talked to her all the time. But they didn't contact me, they contacted him, and I didn't know it. I wouldn't have known unless he would have called me and let me know. So at least he was good enough to do that. But after she passed away, he never talked to me anymore, and I tried to talk to him, and he wouldn't have any part of it, so he just had other things on his mind. He's still my brother. I still keep him in my prayers, but he's not a believer, so he doesn't care whether he's in my prayers or not, but God does, so. And that's all we're going to say about that. Because everybody's on their own journey. He may come to faith someday. Everybody's on their own journey. Got to let everybody lead their own life. Can't force your beliefs on other people. I'm really liking how some of these postcards are turning out. They've sat around enough that they've kind of flattened and have cured. Now I'm going to go around these in black too. This one's more green than these others. Now we're going to go around this in black. Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking them. Now, Tuesday morning, I'll have to see. I may not stream. I'll stream early, but I may not be on as long. I usually go until about 9, but I might only go until about 8 next Tuesday. Because my brother has a VA appointment. I don't know. It's his, I probably could go till 9. I'll have to see when his first, he has checkups and everything, and he goes through several different appointments at once. He goes, has his hearing aid looked at, and talks to his doctor, and has his general checkup, and he does all of that every year all at once. He has about 4 different VA checkup things, and so he's at it all day. So I'll have to see what time he starts. And he likes to have me go with him because he doesn't always understand what they're saying to him. And so I kind of translate. I'm going, just yell at him. Just yell at him. That's what I do. You gotta yell at him. He's a good guy. I like my older brother. He's been very good to me. Been very good to me. Yeah, my younger brother and I got along earlier in life. I don't know. We kind of went our separate ways. I stopped being the sister he wanted. Oh dear, such is life. I think what happened, well, I guess I shouldn't go into that. It's a little personal. I get to thinking about it and want to chat about it. Change the subject, Mary. I did find him on Facebook, though. He probably knows my channel and found me on Facebook and lurks out there. But he's a photographer, my younger brother is. And he's also a gardener, and he was showing his backyard. I enjoyed all that. All right. He probably blocked me if he knew I found it. But I doubt if he's listening, so don't tell him. All right, so these are ready to go. Oh, I have to write hello on these. Let's go and write hello. And I'll sign them separate. I won't sign them here. I signed those others online. Hello. Hello. These are old ones because I must have done these in January because this has my dancing girl out there. But I have redone these cards several times because I never liked them. And I finally got them where I liked them. And I think I'm going to paint owls on those other ones. Give me a minute. I think I said what? 38, 20, and 18. Did I say 38 postcards? 3 of them will come to me, so I'll be sending out 35 of them. All right. So those are as done as I can get them. Now these, I need to put the butterflies on. I guess what I was going to do was take the butterfly and put it on a little napkin and collage it down so it'd show up a little better. I'm not happy with how they are not showing up. Well, this one shows up okay, but I still think I'll put a, hold the phone. Let's see if I can find something. Here's a piece of tissue paper. Tissue paper. Here's some tissue. And here's a napkin. A white napkin that, but I think I like the tissue. And let's see if I can just tear off. Put this butterfly on the tissue and tear around it. So let's take, let's see, I have, what did I say, 9 of these? 11 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's collage these butterflies down on here, and then I'll tear them out. And I should probably put some wax paper. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Becky says, I'm all ready for bed now, so I can watch and doze off. I won't have to be worried about still being in my clothes. All right, where'd my wax paper go? We won't tell Becky. I'm sure you'll change them in the morning. Or maybe you'll just putter around in your nightie tomorrow morning, huh? We won't tell you if you do that either. I figure it's your house. You can be how you want if you don't have company or anything. All right. Let's collage. And let me move these out of the way. Put my ink refresher back up there. Bring this up so you guys can see it a little bit more. And I'm just going to collage these butterflies on here, and then I'm going to tear them out, I think. And I'm just going to use glue. And I got clean water tonight. Yes, I did. And I even got a towel so I can wash out my brush. I washed out my brush. And this brush the other night was stiff. It was stiff, and I just put it in the water, and it's still kind of stiff. I'll have to put it in some Murphy's oil. But it's just for putting it in water, I think it did pretty good. I'm going to use this brush. And I missed my litter bag. I took my litter bag down. I have to get my litter bag back up. All right, so we're just going to put some butterflies down on here. Let's move these postcards. And what's under here? Pens. Alrighty. We're just going to collage these, but I might put the hellos in there too. I don't know if I only need what, 11? I don't know if I have 11 hellos. I might. We'll put them off over here. Help if I put them right. Hello, hello, hello. There's 3. There's some more butterflies. I'm just going to put all these butterflies down here. Collage them all down. I might have enough hellos. 4, maybe I figured this out from before. 4, 5, there's one in here. 6, 7, 8, I think I'm gonna have them. 9, I just need 2 more. 10, put the butterflies on here, and I'm just going to collage. There's my 11th one there. I got an extra one. I got a couple extras. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. That was 11. This is 12. So I'm going to have them. I must have figured it out from before. I'm going to collage all these down. I think this was a Tim Holtz butterfly die cut. Oh, I got 3 more here. I must have thought I had needed 15 of them. Hello. 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 Got 2 more over here. 1 more. This poor butterfly is losing his wing. Bent wing. All right. Now I can move this up a little and collage. I'm going to have to get in the habit. Oh, I hope I don't collage that tissue paper down. I wonder if I will. I put that paper under there, but did I get enough under? Let's pull this down a little. Help! Take that off. Let's pull this down just a little for this. And I might mess it up a little here. Come on, where's it at? It's over here. There. Parchment paper's under it. If it sticks on the parchment, I don't care. Now I need to get my glue back out here. I found Becky's mug rug. And Laura says, postcard can be as big as 6x4. Yeah, I think mine are 5.5 by 3.5 because I find that they fit on my papers, that my watercolor paper's a lot easier. But yeah, the standard size can be between 3.5 and 5.5 and 6x4, I believe. No smaller than 3.5 by 5.5, and no larger than 6x4. I think that's the story. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Put more glue on this. I don't think I have to worry about it sticking. This tissue seems to be preventing it from. See Ann. Thanks, Ann. Brenda, see Ann above. Thank you, Ann. Thank you, Allie. Tim Holtz, yes. Tim Holtz, butterfly die cuts. Is that what you're asking, Allie? I got his butterfly dies. I think I got them on sale at Hobby Lobby, the die cuts. One day. I'm going to have to check and see what Hobby Lobby has on sale this week. It'll probably be Paper Studio stuff, which is okay. I like Paper Studio scrapbook papers, and I like some of their things. I like them. But I'm disappointed in their journals. They took all the Strathmore journals. They aren't selling those anymore. The big 18 by 24 watercolor pads. Nope. Unless they moved them to a different spot. But I'm very disappointed in that. I'm disappointed that they aren't doing the coupons anymore. They're just wrecking it. It was so fun for me to shop there because I could get things I actually used, and now, oh, I don't know. Vent, Mary, vent. I'm just not as happy. I can still get my Tim Holtz there. And they still do have Tim Holtz on 40% sales on Tim Holtz stuff there. So that part I like. And I do visit their clearance aisle, but that one got chopped off. Their clearance aisle is not what it used to be either. So I don't know. Some young man must be running this store now. He just doesn't get it. When I go in there, I always see this young man in there running things. I'm going, no, no, no. You just don't get it, sir. Got the hellos stuck on there. Oops, not in the water, Mary. Got to be careful that you don't tear the tissue. You can tear. Now let's pull it this way. I'll have to give this all a dry. I think I'll start putting my hellos down. Sticking to my hand. Come on, let go of my fingers. Let go! Alright. I have to be sure I get these right side up. Hello and hello. Hello. I hear another train coming through. Mary, don't spill the glue. Okay, who told me that? Angie did. I won't, Angie. I could see knocking that off. Do you think I'm going to knock that off? I could see doing that. Let's put it up here. I could do that, Angie, very easy. And then we'd have glue all over the floor. Oh, that would be a mess to get out of carpet, wouldn't it? We'd almost have to steam clean it out. Although you could probably hit it with the heat gun and hot water might work. That's the other place where we need to go when we go shopping Saturday, is to Menards and get low fume paint stripper. That guy who helped me, he could have helped me a little bit more and said, that stuff is going to stink. Are you going to use it inside? I brought it home and I was reading the directions. I was going to try it and they said, don't use indoors unless you have lots of ventilation. And I'm going, we don't have that much ventilation in the kitchen. I better return it. So I still have I think I do still have my receipt. And I think you can still return things even if you don't have your receipt. You just have to, I think you can return it for store credit, which I'd do anyway, because I want a different low fume. I want a low fume. Now put some more glue on this. Paint stripper. I just want to test ugly green woodwork. Gloss. Oh, come on. Gloss green woodwork. Can you get that? Gloss green. Ah, I hate it. And then up at the top, they stenciled ivy green ivy all around like a border, which isn't too bad, but it's a very 1980s kitchen. That one's upside down. It's a very 1980s kitchen. And I was thinking, if my paint, I'm going to get one coat paint, but if it did not cover the stencil, I could, if we painted a light yellow, it may not cover that, even a one coat paint may not cover that green. It might, but if it doesn't, I could get up there and repaint that stencil by hand. Because I could probably do that. It'd probably take me a while, but I could see that being blue instead of green. Now, my brother might have something to say for that. He'd go, "You want to do what?" But I tell him, I say, "I paint in this room in here all the time. What makes you think I can't paint a kitchen wall?" I think I could paint that wall myself, to tell you the truth. I don't think it would be that hard. The hardest part would be getting behind the refrigerator and behind the stove. That would be the very hardest part. And maybe stripping the walls, and not the walls, but the woodwork. But if we can find somebody to do it, that's even better. I'm just about done here. Oh, we got one more hello. Where am I going to put that hello? We'll put it right in here. Pull it up a little bit more. I've got a few more butterflies here, 4 more. If I can. This is still pretty wet. And if I can get them in here. See, and I'm going to tear these. I just want the white behind the butterflies. So if I can just tear them out, that's why I'm putting them so close. Let's see if I can't get these in here. 1, 2. Now I need room for one more. Let's put it in here. Put that in the water. And put this one down here. Okay, put the lid on my glue and swipe off the rim. Becky says, use a gripper primer, as it is an in-between primer that will seal the surface and you can paint on it. Now, a gripper primer, is that a gripper primer is an in-between primer, and that will seal the surface so you can paint acrylic over oil. Are you talking about the woodwork or the wall, Becky? Because I was looking at Dutch Boy paint, one coat paint, and I don't know if that, it says that you can do it in one coat, but I don't know if you would call that a gripper, if it would be, I'm not sure what, do I ask for, I want a gripper primer when I go to the hardware store? Will they know what I mean? At Menards? Both. You can do it on both? Are you saying I don't need to strip that horrible green gloss? That I could paint over it, over the green gloss, and it would cover it? Your Menards has something called Sunnyside Back to Nature Ready Strip available, paint and varnish remover. I'll have to look at that. Thank you, Janice. Janice and Becky, they just help me out so much. If I could paint over, Mary, put plastic over your glue jar. And then put the lid on, so it's not so hard to... Okay, we'll do that. Let me get it off here. Let me do it. Oh, I don't have plastic out, though. I'll have to do that, Jude, the next time. I don't have any, like, candy wrap or anything out. I don't have a bag. I used all my bags. I have this. I could cut this. Let's do this with what Jude says. I'm going to cut this bag up. I'm going to follow all your guys's. You tell me what to do, and I'm going to take your suggestions. I usually don't have too much trouble with getting that glue thing open, but I do wipe it off. Let's put plastic over it. Let me cut this bag open. I got plenty of these handy bags. I got another box of them. I buy these at the dollar store. Even the hefty ones, you can get those at the dollar store. That you don't get as many, but you still get the hefty. There we go. Oh, look, I have a zipper. All right, we'll use this side. And, oops. Let's cut that off. Open. Okay, Jude. Here it goes. If I can get the lid on while I'm holding it here, so you can see. There you go. Does that help? See Becky above. Hold on a minute. Let me put this away. See Becky above. Becky said, Gripper is the name. Okay, Becky. Lightly sand it and then use the primer. So I'll have to ask for Gripper. Heat gun alert. I'll ask for Gripper primer and sandpaper it. And then I can paint it. Well, here's the thing though. If I get that guy to come in and paint and do the flooring, we're really wanting somebody who can do this, somebody who can do it this fall. Although, I mean, I'd like to get it done while my brother's still agreeable to do it. While he's still in the okay mood. You know? So, if that guy comes in and gives us a decent estimate for doing both the painting and the flooring, I'm a little bit leery about the floor now. I'm afraid that's what's going to happen. See, they put in a subfloor, and the subfloor is before they put in the kitchen, it's got carpeting in the kitchen. I hate it. And they put in a subfloor, and I think it's probably plywood. But I'm leery about it below the kitchen sink. My brother's not, but I am. And I'm kind of worried of what they're going to find when they pull that rug up. But if it needs to be done, it should probably be done. And what I'm worried about is we'll get it pulled up and it'll be more cost than my brother wants to handle. And he'll say, put it back. Cover it up quick. But he's agreeable now to do the flooring. But I haven't got him quite convinced to do the painting yet. But I asked him if I could call that other contractor who does both kitchen and bathroom remodels. And if they do the bathroom, we've got to hire a plumber to lift the stool. The guy who came down and gave us an estimate for that said he won't do it unless you get a plumber to lift the stool. And the reason they do that is so that he'll put the flooring down and then they'll put the stool back down. He doesn't want a tile around the stool, and I can understand that. It's going to be vinyl planking is what they're going to put down. I would rather have tile myself. But I'll take anything other than carpeting. I would rather have nice tiling. But if they want planking, if my brother wants to do planking, that will, I'll settle for vinyl planking, which will make it look like a wood floor. That townhouse that I lived in up in Sun Prairie had a vinyl flooring in the dining room. And it wasn't so hard to take care of, but the landlady was real picky. She didn't want me scrubbing it. She said, just dust mop it real good, and then there's a special vinyl, a special vinyl stuff that you can put on there when you want to clean it. And it's a little bit more expensive, but I got some of that, and, you know, I'm a little bit leery about that, but anything has to be better than that carpeting, let me tell you. A heat gun alert, that I have to dry all this off. Jude says, well done, Mary. Thank you, Jude. Strike while the iron's hot. Yes, exactly, Allie. Exactly. I'm afraid if we wait too long, his iron will cool off. He won't be as agreeable. But it will certainly help if they need to sell this house. If something would happen to my brother, and if they need to sell the house, it will, you know, it will help sell the house. Because who wants to buy a house with a stinky old carpet in it? And it's not stinky. It doesn't stink. I'm just calling it stinky. But it needs to be, first of all, it needs a good steam cleaning. But if we're going to put in the vinyl planking, I'm not going to pay for a steam cleaner, even to rent it myself. And if I steam cleaned it, I'm worried that he will say, oh, that's good enough, and not do the vinyl. So I'm putting that part off. I got him in the mood to do the flooring. That's good enough. This is still wet up in here. Mary, just paint the walls and say, too late, I did them. Yeah. Yeah, just do it and then ask for permission, Angie says. Well, I honestly think I could paint the walls myself. That can't be that hard. The ceiling might be a little hard to do. But if you get a long pole and make sure you have everything covered, so if it drips, you know, it'll drip on, we'll have a tarp down. Have a tarp down so that catch any drips. Put a scarf on my head. Wear old clothes. I think I could handle the, you know, we got a great big center aisle. And I really do like that center aisle. And, you know, I can climb up there on that center aisle and I can almost touch the ceiling myself. We've got a ceiling fan in there. I'd have to work around that, but I think I could do that. But if he wants to pay to have somebody do it, I'm not going to argue. If I can get him convinced. And he said I could call that other guy, so that's what I'm going to do next week. And he may be busy until spring too. I'd like to see somebody come out and get it done. But I guess it's really hard to find people. Construction workers are a little bit short in supply now because of the virus thing. I think this is dry enough to pull off and collage back down. Some of this is going to have to be collaged. So I'm going to, well, maybe I should dry this on the back. It's kind of sticky on there. Let's take this off and dry it on the back a little. Heat gun alert! So I was thinking about painting owls on those others. I'll have to practice my owl. But I think I can paint those owls up pretty fast. What time is it? Oh, it's almost 9 o'clock. I'm only going to be on till 10. So I'll probably have to save those for another time by the time I get these done. So I'm only going to be on till 10 tonight. 10 is late enough. 10 is late enough. Let's start 10 here. And I'll have to make sure I got these all glued down when I collage them down. There's that one. This one's still a little wet. Let's try this one. I'll probably call that guy tomorrow and see if he can come out. I'll let him deal with the woodwork and the... But if he can paint over that with that gripper stuff, if he's agreeable to doing something like that, that would probably... Because if he has to... If he comes out and does our woodwork, it probably costs more for him to sand all... or remove all that paint. He probably charges extra to do that. And I could probably see if that has some of that gripper paint in Menards and try a little of it in the corner and just tell my brother, this is what we're going to do. I would love to have it a light gold color, and I'm thinking about a blue woodwork like country French, but even if we wanted to do white over green though, I think the blue woodwork would go a lot better over the green more than the white would, even if you painted over it. And I thought he would want brown, but when I mentioned brown for woodwork, he said, well, that probably would not go too well with the flooring because the flooring's brown. He didn't like that idea, and I agreed with him for once. I thought, yeah, let's make it blue. A blue gloss. Like a French country. I'm thinking French, our kitchen is like a big old country kitchen. And it's got a built-in pantry. It would make a wonderful French country kitchen. And my brother doesn't know what French country is. He could care less. And we'll leave the cabinets. You know, I'm not talking about, well, our cabinets are oak. And I'm not talking about doing those. But in a French country, you'd probably paint those white. But I don't want to paint those cabinets. We'll just clean them up good. They need a good cleaning. They need a good cleaning. But he's not going to do it. It's going to be Mary's job. It's going to be Mary's job. Okay. Remove that carpet, I'll be happy. And I want the carpet removed in the bathroom, too. It's just be so much easier to clean. And my brother came home one day in his car, and he parked it in his garage, and he didn't realize he unloaded his groceries, and he was going to close the garage door, and he didn't realize that his back door was open, and it just crushed his back window. And there was glass all over the place. And we cleaned it all up, but we used our vacuum cleaner, our Dyson vacuum cleaner, which did a good job, but I took the little brush thing off of the handle of the vacuum cleaner, and now we can't find it, you know, because you don't want the brush. I might have to put another piece on that. You don't want the brush thing on there. I just used the little round. But now, I was out in the garage, but now it's nowhere to be found. Well, it's hard to, you can still use the Dyson. It's a Dyson cleaner, you know, and you can push it on the floor. But the hose thing, we don't have the little attachment. So, probably have to buy one of those unless he's got a Bissell machine upstairs. And I was hoping, I was going to go up and see if I could grab one of those attachments and see if it would fit. It's just one thing after another. But I'm glad he broke his window and not me. He learned what it is to slow down and be careful. And yeah, sometimes learn that stuff the hard way. But if it would have been me, I would have been in hot water. It's like spilling glue on the carpeting. All right, what's going on there? Mary, you have inspired me to get organized. Oh, Kathy D. Yay. Well, Tanya inspired me. So this organization thing, well, I have to say, though, I was working on organizing inventory and before Tanya started, but she's kind of inspired me to do the videos. And because I wasn't videoing everything. Let's put a little water in this lid here. I wasn't videoing. Well, I did a couple years ago or several months ago. And I don't know if this works with napkins. I don't know if it's going to work with this tissue or not. Yeah, it is. So you really kind of have to thank Tanya and Lisa too. I think Becky said that Ruth was been going at her organizing, and I went out there in Phibbsville, and maybe I just haven't found the post yet if she posted in Phibbsville, and I thought, well, maybe you should put it on Tanya, so I went there and I still didn't see it. This is I might zoom in a little so you guys can see a little bit better. I cut glue on my fingers. Let me zoom in just a little more here. I don't know about peeling all that out with the hello. I'll probably just do around the edges. I could probably take my scissors and cut just as fast, I have to say. See, I want these to show up on the postcards, and I think by putting this is a tissue paper behind them. And I think that'll help them show up a little bit more on the postcard. And what do we have here? A little bent antenna. Did he get glued down? Well, when it gets glued down good, doesn't it? Don't know if I can get that out. Come on. Wow, that's really down in there. Come on, maybe I'll just snip it. Now, is it gonna come? No, I'm gonna have to maybe just, wow. Pull at it until I get it, I guess. Now, let's cut it here. Mary's shaky hand. Gonna cut this anyway. Cut that off. Well, I might have to paint a little yellow strip on there after I get it, because it's half of his antenna got folded under there. That's the hardest part. But we're getting it. We're getting it. Oh, I pulled his other antenna off. Let's take his antenna off altogether. I'll draw some antenna in there, it'd be much easier. Let's give him some antenna when I put him on there. Might have to do that with the others too. So there's one. Let's get a postcard. I think that will show up much better on there. Yeah, I'm happier with it. So I'll be doing these until 10 o'clock. Then I'm going to sign off at 10, you guys, because I want to get up. I want to get some rest so I can get up and watch Janet Nash tomorrow. There's that one. This one's white. No, it's colored. I cut these out of scrapbook paper, I think, different kinds of scrapbook paper, and some of them are multicolored scrapbook paper. This one's gonna go pretty good. Maybe I need to get centered a little bit more here. Going to the sewing machine, Angie says. Did you look inside his car? Yes, we did, Janice. But the one place, I don't know, I might get him to, when, he also got a flat tire, and his son came down and helped him change his flat tire. And, because his son has the same kind, some of those tires have what, a self-locking lug or something? And he couldn't get the lug off. And so he called his son, and his son has the same car that he has. And so his son came down and helped him, and I'm thinking maybe that thing fell down into where the tire was. But he said the tire was below, so it might have fallen down and fell out. But I'm thinking that I can order a piece, but before I order a replacement piece, I'm going to see if he's got a Bissell machine upstairs, a Bissell vacuum cleaner, and it has the different parts on it, and I'm going to see if they'll fit on the Dyson. I like the Dyson a lot better. They used to have a dog. His significant other had a dog. And so they got one of those pet Dysons that clean up pet hair. It's really a nice vacuum cleaner. I like it a lot. When I first came down here, though, and I saw it, and I said, "Oh, you have a Dyson?" He said, "Yeah, but it doesn't work." And I said, "Well, what's wrong with it?" And he says, "It doesn't pick up anything." And I go, "Well, it's probably so clogged up." And so, and I had a Dyson when I lived up in Wisconsin, and I still do. It's up there. And I've had experience with cleaning out the hoses and everything and getting them all, because they get clogged up. And so I sat there one day, cleaned out the hoses, and it's worked good ever since. I have trouble emptying the bag. He showed me how to do it, but I don't get that top latch right. I'm going to have to show him again, but I'll vacuum all the floors, and then we empty a bag into an old grocery sack, an old plastic sack, and put it out on the trash. So when I'm done, I'll put that sack over the handle of the vacuum cleaner and put it in the back porch in hopes that he'll see it and empty it. And it's still sitting out there from the last time I vacuumed. I think he thinks that I have to do it now that he showed me how. That's the trouble with asking him how to do stuff. After he shows me, it's my responsibility now. But it's my opinion that if I vacuum all the floors, he could at least empty the bag. Oh dear. We get along pretty good. I get along pretty good with my brother, my older brother. My younger brother, well, I can't say my younger brother and I don't fight. We just don't talk, So I can't say I don't get along with my younger brother, but maybe that's a good thing that we don't talk. Oh, this is going to be just what I want. Maybe I'll put that on a darker card. Find a darker piece. I might have to darken this a little someplace. Find a darker card here. Might look good on there. Oops, let me come down a little. Yeah, I like it on there. So we'll just continue doing this for the rest of the night. Thank you, Angie. Ruth's photos are in Lisa's group. Oh, okay. I did not check Lisa. Thank you, Becky. I wanted to go out and see, because Becky said Ruth was doing a bang-up job with her cleaning. Y'all need to go out to Lisa My Eclectic Life if you're a member and check out Ruth Lamb's cleaning photos. Now, Janice, if you're still in here, Janice, your photos are awesome. I looked at your photos today. Janice I'd love to go wandering around in Janice's studio. She is one organized lady. That just looks like a fun spot to work in, Janice. Kathy D says, I'm finishing up my postcards. Yay, Kathy. Yeah, I'm going to make some more postcards. I think I'm going to paint owls on those others, but I won't get to it tonight. So I'll be trimming all of this. I think these black ones will probably show up better than those white ones. I'll have to, if I use those white ones like this one, I'll have to put it on a really dark area for it to show up. These will show up pretty good. After I get it trimmed out, I'll hold it up. I'll audition it. And what I don't get trimmed off of the edge here, because this is tissue paper, it will, when you glue it, clodge it down, it will clodge right into the background. That's what I like about napkins and tissue paper. And I'm sure hoping that this doesn't fall into the background. I'm hoping this is, I don't know, maybe I should try one. I think there's enough white behind there to make them stand out. We'll collage this one down after I get it. I'll have to get that glue pot out again though. Maybe I should check this out before I make sure that it doesn't sink into the background. If it sinks into the background, I'm going to take some white paint and put on here. That might not hurt to do that anyway. That's just another step I'll have to do. I'm afraid this will sink into the background even after it looks good now, but if you glue this down, this might all become transparent and defeat my purpose of putting it there. So let's leave I'm not going to cut between the antenna because I might want that white. We'll see how it looks after I get it trimmed out here. It's a lot of fussy work, but it's fun. It's fun to do this stuff. Maybe if I scoot over a little, I keep getting out of frame. Getting it on my fingers here. These little tails, ends. I don't have that off yet. Little fussy in there. I think this one needs to be glued down a little bit more. I'll do that when I collage them down. I'm afraid that I'm going to have to paint the back of these because I think this tissue paper will blend into the background and defeat the purpose. We're going to test it out and see. Let's grab one. Let's see, I need to, let's put this one here. Here, maybe that's, I have to find a good one to put it on. How does that look? See, it'll be okay if that tissue paper doesn't blend in, but I'm afraid it's going to blend in. Let me dry my brush and see. I think I'm going to have to paint the background on these. Yeah. Oh, I gotta get my litter bag out. My wastebasket is all covered up. I got boxes on top of my wastebasket. Oh, look how that worked, Jude. It worked good. All right, we're just going to put some glue in here. I'm going to glue this down. See, well, maybe not. Well, I don't have enough glue on there. Maybe not. It may be okay. I'm still debating. I think it's going to blend in too much. It's hard for me to tell. It looks okay in my laptop, but in my tablet, let's dry it. This one's okay, I think. Let me hold it at a distance and look. I think that one's going to be okay. I think I'll leave it. We'll see. We'll see. I'll just go ahead and cut them out. I can always paint on the back. If I paint on the white back, the white might be too much. You never know. Let's dry this off. Oh, I blew all the scraps up. It's sticking to my finger. Get off my finger. Give Penelope back her pen. I don't need this water anymore. Put the brush back in the water. I guess it's going to be okay without cleaning it. I can't decide. I'll just set it up there and look at it for a while and cut these others out. What time it is? Almost 15 after 9. Mary Lou says, my son-in-law takes my daughter's phone and posts stuff on her Facebook that's hysterical. Because it's stuff she would never post. Does she get offended? Beck is laughing. Cheryl retracted. Cheryl said, fell asleep back now. Are you falling asleep, Cheryl? Cheryl, you can go to bed. I'll forgive you. If any of you need to go to bed, don't feel like you have to stay in here. This is just for fun. I'm doing postcards. I want to get them done so I can get them sent out. These postcards I did start these this summer. Those sunflower ones I started a couple years ago. The bird ones were a couple years ago too. These were yet from this year. And I got some lady ones around here somewhere. I don't know what I did with those. I don't think there are any in my boxes that I've inventoried. They're probably in that stack of stuff behind me, which needs to be tackled. I just stack stuff up there. Where there's a free space, I stack. And that's part of what we need to quit doing. Now, do I want to cut that out or leave it? I think I'm going to leave it. I think it will, well, no, maybe I should cut it. Enough here. I am still thinking about getting a wall separator thing. What do you call those? Why can't I think of the words? I can see it in my head. One of those wall trifold affairs that you put up to cover up junk. A room divider. And put in front of those shelves, so I think it would block off a lot of the studio space. I was thinking I could even make one. You know, they cost. You could probably make one for pretty cheap if you were good with tools. But it can't be that hard. You just need some boards and hinges. Stretch fabric over it or something. Auntie Loopy says, my internet is giving me a problem. I'm going to get going. Bye, Auntie Loopy. Thanks for popping in. Have a really good week next week. I'm only going to be on until 10. Cheryl says, bye, Mary. Becky said, good night. Angie said, what did Angie say? She said, hello, Cheryl. I think Angie's sewing tonight. Janice said, I'm back. I'm back. It lost its connection. I still got plenty of juice on my phone. It just lost its connection. Oh, let's see. I was reading a comment from Janice. Let's see. I said goodnight to Mary Lou. I was reading Janice's comments back up here. Janice says, Kathy D. I was almost finished, but Beth gave me another, so I need to finish one more. I have a bunch half finished just in case. What are we talking about? Oh, Janice told me to go check under the car and in the trunk. Okay, Janice. I think we checked under the car because he's had that car out a couple times, but it could have gone in the trunk area and be, stuck in there with his spare tire. Because, our garage now is it's pretty clean. And we've looked all around in there, and I would see it it isn't like it's all filled with junk. The garage is clean. He's got stuff in there, but it's all organized. And I would see it if it were just laying around in the garage, I think. So I think it might be stuck under with his spare tire myself. But he says his spare tire is underneath of his car. So I don't know. It may not be there after all. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that like that. Let me zoom back in again because it lost my zoom. Angie says, welcome back. What did he lose? Oh, Cheryl, I was saying that my brother went grocery shopping one day and he opened the back of his car. He's got a van, and the back opens, just like any van. The back opens like that, and he unloaded all the groceries. It was one day I didn't go with him. And he unloaded them all. And he closed the garage door and forgot that he still had the back door open, and it smashed the window terrible. It's all fixed now. He got that all fixed. But we used the vacuum cleaner to help clean up the glass. And it's a Dyson vacuum cleaner, and it just shattered the glass. The glass was all in tiny little pieces. And it did a really good job. I've used that vacuum cleaner several times afterwards, but I have to use it flat on the floor, the floor part, vacuum it that way. It has the hose, and it has that little brush piece that fits on the hose. And that's what we took it off when we cleaned up the glass and just used the little round hose part to get the glass off of the garage floor. And we got that all cleaned up, but now we can't find the little brush piece that goes on his vacuum cleaner. And I'm hoping that the Bizzle, he's got a Bizzle, a nice Bizzle machine upstairs. And he's got another one. What is that? I want to say Kenmore, but it's not Kenmore. It's another one that starts with K. I don't keep all these vacuum cleaner names in my head. His significant other bought a really nice vacuum cleaner. And it's sitting upstairs, but neither one of us can get the parts to fit on that vacuum cleaner. I've tried and he's tried, and I think she passed away before she had it all paid for. And my brother said they've contacted several times, and he tells me she's dead. You know, he doesn't want to keep paying for it. He said it was her bill, and the courts, it's already been, her estate was all handled by her sons. Her estate has already been, you know, divided out and everything, and he says, I'm not responsible to pay for her vacuum cleaner. And so it just sits up there. And I'm thinking there might be a piece there that might fit on our Dyson. And I'm not going to get involved in paying for the vacuum cleaner either, because she bought it. I don't use it, so I don't feel like I should have to pay for it, and he won't. I don't really blame him, because she bought a lot of things that he wouldn't buy. She worked, so she'd buy stuff. She'd buy stuff for the grandkids, and if she wanted something, she'd go buy with her own money. And I don't blame her for that, because I do that myself. But she inherited a lot of money. Her dad owned a lot of property, farm property, and she inherited a lot of money. But they were a common law marriage. They lived together. And so my brother didn't get much out of it. I think he said he got a few thousand from it, but he didn't. He said, I should have married her. He said, I should have married her. I could have gotten some of that farmland. I'm going, well, why didn't you? You know, you can't tell anybody how to live their life. They were, you know, just like us, when we make mistakes, I make my own mistakes. You learn from your own mistakes, and, you know, somebody could sit here and tell me what I'm doing wrong in my life, and if I don't listen to them, I have to suffer the consequences for my decisions. So, if he would have married her, he probably would have inherited all that farmland. Unless she would have willed it out. And I don't think she had a will. I think it just went to, I don't know who it went to, to tell you the truth. I think her oldest son got a lot of it. I don't know. I was still up in Madison when all that happened. I didn't have anything to do with it. But when I moved down here, and I was going to show that during the doll stream, she had bought these really big dolls and they're not play dolls. They are art dolls. But, I mean, they're not dolls that little girls would play with. And one of them was a doll riding a bicycle, and on the bicycle was another little doll. It was really cute. And I told my brother, I said, those need to go to her granddaughters. I said, if my grandmother would have had those dolls, and they were just sitting here, you know, I guess my nephew's wife and her oldest son's wife came down here and helped my brother sort out some stuff. And they took what they wanted, but they left those dolls. And I told my brother, I said, if I was her granddaughter and if I knew my grandmother had those dolls, I would want them just to remember my granddaughter with. And I said, we need to get in touch with her granddaughters. And so we gave the little doll that was riding the bicycle. It was really cute. It was a large doll. It was a 24-inch doll. And it was a handmade doll. It was an art doll. It was a doll artist had made it. And my brother knew that they were expensive. And I said, but you know, they need to go to her granddaughter. So I contacted her youngest son, who lives in Lincoln, and his daughter. I said, I gave him the pictures, and I said, which one would she want? And so one of those dolls went to her, and then she had some other dolls upstairs, and I insisted that when they invite him for Christmas dinner, and I said, one year I said, you take those dolls and give them to the granddaughters for Christmas, and he did. We still have one down here. I'm waiting for my grandniece to get just a little older. I'm hoping she won't sell it, because I think it should go to my grandniece, because she was my grandniece's step-grandmother. And I think it should go to her, but I'm so afraid she'll sell it, because her mother likes to sell stuff, and you know, she's, I hate to say she's spoiled, but she gets so much that stuff doesn't mean as much to her. And I'm waiting for her to get a little older to where she'd understand, don't sell it. But I don't know if she'll ever understand that. So I'm kind of wary about giving that one to her yet. So I'm just kind of, and it's sitting out there in our dining room, kind of in the entryway. We got a little entryway after you come in on that south door. And it's like an Alice in Wonderland. It's sitting in this little chair throne thing. It's really cute. It's an art doll too. And it's just sitting there. I like to have it out at Christmas. All right, there's that butterfly. But I think it should go to my niece. This one got torn in there, but maybe it'll be okay. I might have to mend it, but when the time is right, waiting for the right time to give it to her. Now, if I were younger, I'd claim them for myself, but they're not my dolls. They were her dolls, and they really legitimately need to go to her granddaughters. And most of them have. There's just that one left. That's what I told my brother. I said, you don't want those dolls. And he sees money when he looks at that stuff. He doesn't see emotional value. He sees how much they're worth, which kind of irritates me. Man. He said she paid a lot of money for them, and I know those art dolls can run all the way from $200 up when they're done by a doll artist. And she bought them with her own money. They're nice dolls. Let's see, I lost track of chat. Mary, I have to go, Angie says. My phone is dying. Bye, Angie. Good night. She's probably gone. Cheryl says the granddaughters would like those. Yeah. Well, the granddaughters, fortunate for them and her, the granddaughters, the youngest granddaughter was still, well, I would say her youngest granddaughter was maybe 13 or 14 when she passed away. She's in nursing school now, and she's got her doll. She got an American an American Girl doll named Samantha, and her name was Samantha. And so she got her doll, and her sister got her doll. Her oldest sister was not really was his daughter by another marriage, and she was older, and so she didn't have as much emotional connection with her grandmother as the younger one did. And then my grandniece was a baby, and they took care of her when my nephew and his wife helped move his mother's mother from Chicago down to Nebraska. And my nephew's mother, who was my brother's ex-wife, was going to live in Chicago and take care of her parents, and my nephew would not hear of that. He went and got his mother and said, "You need to be down here." So him and his wife went and moved his mother and her dad and everything and helped move them all down here. Well, the little my grandniece was just a baby when that happened. So my brother and his significant other took care of, I think it was probably for a week, took care of my little grandniece while they were gone. And so she was a baby. She didn't have much emotional connection, but still, she was my grandniece's granddaughter. But what I'm afraid of is that I'll give her that doll and she'll turn around like my brother and sell it. And her mother sells stuff too. They don't hold on to stuff. They don't put much emotional value in family things, which is okay with their own stuff. But if you're gifted something from your grandmother, to turn around and sell it, I'd rather see it sit down here in the dining room until she understands. You know, and I don't mind if I give her something like a Christmas present. I have, up in Wisconsin, I bought some music boxes, and I was going to send them down to her, but she was still pretty young then, and I was afraid that she'd break them. So, but if I went up there and got those music boxes and gave them to her and she sold them, I'd be disappointed, but it wouldn't bother me as much as if she would sell that doll that belonged to her grandmother. So when I gift her stuff, I gift her money, because I don't gift her something that, she can get what she wants, and it won't hurt my feelings if she goes and spends her money. And she's happier with that anyway, so. She had a birthday here at the beginning of September. I gave her some money. My brother gave her money. She gets money from her parents and from all of her grandparents and from her uncles, and she's very spoiled. But she's still a sweet kid. I'm just saying that she's not hurting. She's not poor. She's a sweet kid. I like her. But she's still spoiled. She doesn't know what it is to not have stuff, to be a poor child. She's never experienced that. Not that I want her to experience it, but, I don't know. It's not my responsibility to raise her, so. She's got a mother and a dad who are responsible for her, so Aunt Mary stays out of it. Except when I talk about her on stream. She likes art. All kids like their art. I don't think she's keeping up with it. She liked Aunt Mary's art, so they bought her gel pens and coloring books, and I don't know what all, but I think it was more of a phase. If she sticks with it, I'll be very surprised. I could be surprised. It'll be interesting. She likes to swim. She's won several swimming trophies. Is Susan here? Hi, Suze. Hi, Kathy Whitney. Sue said she's lurking. Becky said, good night, Mary and all. Computer's running out of juice. Okay, Becky. I'm gonna run out of juice at 10 o'clock. I'm trimming these butterflies out. They're gonna go on my postcards. I probably won't get them collaged down tonight. I might get them trimmed out in the next half hour, but Janice is here. Anne is here. Why would you want her to experience poverty? I don't want her to experience poverty, but I think I don't want her to be a spoiled brat either. No, I don't want her to experience poverty, but it would be nice if she knew what it's like to not get everything she wants all the time. I mean, like, they bought her a swimming pool. They go off to Kansas City and down to Branson, and they take her up to Omaha and to go to, for her birthday, they took her to Omaha, and they go to this place up there where, I don't know, it's a kid's place. And, you know, my brother and I said we were lucky if we got chocolate ice cream and a cake. And I just think that I don't want her to experience poverty, but I don't want her to be spoiled either. But I'm the aunt, so I don't say anything to him because she's not my kid. But if she were my kid, I don't think I'd give her as much. Or just make her, I don't know what kind of work that she does for her stuff. I don't know if they make her do chores or anything. I stay out of it. I stay away from it. I just observe. She goes fishing with her daddy and her grandpa. She likes to fish. I guess she's pretty good at it. They wouldn't take me fishing, but they'll take her every time. They let her go out of school to go fishing. He lets her, her dad will let her miss a day of school to go fishing with them. And so, don't you think that's a little spoiled? I'd make her go to school. Don't tell your teacher you're going to go play today. I don't know. I'm criticizing him. I shouldn't. Like I said, I'm the aunt. I'm not the mommy or the daddy. But I still love her. She's a sweet kid. At least she's been good to me. Except for the time she glued a frog on that vase. I got it off. I was going to give it back to her, but I was going to send that frog back to him. They glued I wanted a vase that her mother had because it belonged to my mother. And her mother was giving me a hard time. And my nephew didn't want that vase, but her mother was giving me a hard time about that vase. And I finally got it back, but they had glued a ceramic frog. It was a carnival glass vase. And they glued a little ceramic frog on the top of that lid of that vase. And I think they did it on purpose. I don't know. I don't talk to them about it. And I got my heat gun out. I did that on stream here one night. Mina knows. But I was going to take that frog. It came off with the heat gun. They probably just used Elmer's glue. And it came off. I got it off without breaking the glass. That candy dish belonged to my mother, and I wanted it because I knew they would probably sell it at the flea market or give it away or something, and that candy dish belonged to my mother. And I wanted it. I wanted it. And I got it back finally, but it had the frog on it. And I got that frog off, and I was going to send it back to him. And Mina talked me out of it. She said, Mary, don't add to the fire. So I didn't. It's sitting in my whatnot box somewhere. It's around here somewhere. We used to go to our Christmas programs, but the COVID, we had to watch it last year on the phone, on my tablet. I'm going to leave that on there. Take care, Becky. Good night. Cheryl says she remembers that frog. Yeah, it was a little iffy if I was going to get it off without breaking the glass, but I thought it would probably, that heat gun would probably melt that glue before it broke the glass, especially if it was just Elmer's glue, and that's probably what it was, because I don't see them buying much professional glue stuff. But I truthfully think her mother had a hand in that. If her mother didn't, her mother probably let it happen and laughed about it. And that did not make me very happy. But I never said anything to him. I kept the frog. It's sitting in my whatnot box. Mina talked me out of it. She said, don't do it, Mary. So I didn't. Sometimes family, we're just a family. Sometimes you can have differences with your family. Rhonda says, hi, Cheryl. I hope you're doing well. Kathy says, what are your plans for all those butterflies? The reason I put tissue on the back of them, Kathy, is that I want them to show up on these postcards. I'm making postcards. I've got 11 postcards here. And they show up better with that tissue on the back of them. So I'm going to collage them on here. Kathy, I don't know. I think you probably missed it. These are the postcards I have ready to send out. I've got 18 sunflower ones, 11 of these butterfly ones when I get them done, and 9 bird ones. And they're all ready to go except for addressing. So I'm going to send out postcards, Kathy. You'll probably get one. I won't promise, but you certainly deserve one. Oh dear. I'm not saying I'm going to send them out at random, but you'll probably be on that list, Kathy, because of all the stuff you sent to me. And I got some more postcards. I got a stack. Here, I was cleaning. Where are they? What did I do with them? Here, these aren't postcards. These are cards. So I've got a stack of cards here too. Look at all these cards to work on and send out. Oh, that one's... So, I don't know what I'll put on these. These are just made with drop paper, but maybe some washi tape and a die cut. And I don't think I stamped in here. These are Becky inspired cards. Yep. I got all of these, so if you don't get a postcard, you might get a card. And here I started putting, these are my hello cards. These are probably, I think I stamped on these. Put my little bee in there. I might color that bee up a little. But these got the keys on there. Let's see, what, do I have any more of those here? No. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm slow, but I eventually get things done. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13 of those. And then I've got some domino. I was doing domino cards. I don't know about these. I'm not sure I like these. I was playing with those domino stamps. I'm not sure I like those. Wait, there's some more back here. Yeah, I'm not sure about these. Oh, there's another hello. So I got about 13 or 15 of these. I'm not sure how many I have of those. The domino ones need a little bit more here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these. They need something more on there. It'd be fun to put a checkerboard on there, wouldn't it? Put a checkerboard, domino and checkerboards, or maybe a Scrabble board or something, or even write in Scrabble letters. I haven't decided. So I'm trying to, after I get these sent out, my postcards sent out, my goodness, I'll be lucky. I'll be lucky if I get the Christmas cards this year, but I want to do Christmas. And Mary Lou, she's gone now, but she was working on Christmas cards. Maybe I should do a Christmas drop paper, pick 10, and start working on cards. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll have to think about that. I've got some snow globe cards that I started from last year that I probably should send out this year. But if I'm going to send them out, I better start working on them. I want to be a giver, Kathy, but the problem is, Kathy, I don't get this stuff sent out. You know that. I need to just start, like these postcards. I need to get them finished and sent out. So that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm working on. And I get carried away. I die cut these butterflies, and then I decided that these butterflies didn't show up much, so then I glued them all down to tissue paper. And then I was worried. Here's one that's already glued down, and see how let's see how it looks in my tablet. I wanted that white to show up more. See, that white of the tissue has really faded into the background. And so I'm going to have to be careful where I glue these butterflies down, because I know that tissue is going to fade into the background. It isn't going to be stark white. Now I was thinking that I would paint the back of these white, and that would make them show up. See, like that one, how that one shows up so much better with the white. What that hasn't. So if I paint these on the background, I think that they would show up a little bit better. So I might do that before I collage them down, is just paint the backgrounds white. But I'm going to fussy cut them all out first. And then I glued these all down tonight. I got a whole bunch of hellos on here too that I'm going to put on those postcards. Hello. Yeah, my heart's in the right place if I can just get the rest of me with my heart. Get my to-do with my heart. Get my to-do done. That's what I need to do. But here's the problem with me, and I know it's my problem. I get over enthused and I get overcommitted. And so I'll be working on something and I'll set it down to work on something else. And I eventually get back to it. Like I'm getting back to these postcards, but, just like my giveaways. I've just practically stopped doing giveaways until I get stuff mailed out. And I still don't have stuff mailed out. So it might be a while before I do another giveaway, because I don't want to say I'm going to give something to somebody and it sits here for 3 years like what's sitting there now. So I'm working slowly on stuff. Like I'm working on these postcards. I want to get them sent out. And I'm working on those dolls. And I still have Ann Lar's pocket. Not Ann Lar. I was looking at Ann. I still have Arlene's pocket that I want to send out. But I'm working on some other stuff for that. She'll get it eventually. I figure she's patient. Teresa's little Coke journal sitting over there. I have some giveaway stuff that needs to be mailed, and it's just sitting there. Mary's not motivated yet. I'm motivated to do these postcards, so that's what I'm working on. And I think this white around the edges of this antenna is going to fade into the card enough that I'm not going to worry about not having it all glued down there off of that antenna. So I'm not even going to get all these butterflies trimmed tonight. I'm going to stop at 10 o'clock. So I did a book haul tonight, and I worked on postcards tonight. That's about all I got done tonight. But I'm really happy. I'm really happy with what's happening here. And I put all that edging on those postcards. So I haven't done just butterflies. I had to finish up some of those postcards. I did the backs of the butterfly one, or the bird ones. We'll get them done eventually. Even if this tissue paper fades into the background, it's a lot easier to collage this down than just the butterfly itself. It's got a backing on it. My thought is, we'll see. And these postcards, this was freezer paper. And when I had that old sewing machine out, I did a free-form straight stitch, you know, just wiggled around on that freezer paper, which was painted. It was painted freezer paper. And then, I think it was drop paper that I had down on my desk. But then, this is watercolor paper on the back here. And I put the freezer paper, I put double-sided tape on this. So these are quite strong postcards. And that double-sided tape is really holding these very nice. Very flat. I don't have any gaps in there. So I'm really happy with how that happened. And then I have, if you're listening and didn't see it, I have this. I think I can get 8 or 10 postcards out of this backing. And I'm going to paint owls on this. I'm going to paint owls, and we're going to make a few more postcards. But not tonight. I'm quitting at 10 tonight. In about 4 minutes, I think I'll stop. So tomorrow morning at 8:30 Eastern, Dee Dee Willingham comes on. And at 9 o'clock Eastern, Janet Nash comes on. I'm going to try to catch Janet. I won't guarantee. I might oversleep. I'm still making myself get up on Monday mornings. Ew. What's that? Just a little yuck over there. Let me get a towel. Wipe that up. Hold on a second. Underneath my paint jar. I think my water glass had ice in it. It's all melted now, but it leaked down on the table. Okay, so let me just spread these out here like so. And let's get some of those postcards and put out here. These are the ones that I worked on, these bird ones. I worked on those. I'll put those over there. And let's get this one out that I have the butterfly on. We'll put him there, and we'll just throw the butterflies around here. I'm getting my thumbnail out. So Janet Nash comes on at 9 Eastern, and Dee Dee comes on at 8:30. And then I have the sunflower postcard too, but we worked on that another night. Got this one that I'm going to send out. So I really want to thank everybody who came in tonight for hanging out with me. Thank you so much. I enjoy chatting with you all. That's 6 for you tomorrow. Early in the morning, Kathy. Too early, yeah. It may be a little early for me. I usually sleep in on Monday mornings. Let's see. Let's move all of this over a little. And maybe put this butterfly up in here maybe. Maybe the pink one. And him down in there. And let's throw a couple butterflies over here. Just arranging for a thumbnail. Butterfly, scissors. And we'll put this one under here, like that. Aw, Rhonda, thank you so much, Rhonda. And thank you for all the links and introducing us to the Fighting Felter. I can't wait to see some of her videos. Oh, there's Deb. Yeah, Deb, I'm just getting ready to sign off. But thank you for popping in and saying hello. Have a great week, everybody. And I will see you Tuesday morning. I probably will not stream the entire morning on Tuesday because my brother has a VA appointment. So, but I'll be here for a little on Tuesday morning. Can't get these a little more arranged. Maybe if I pull, well, I'll zoom out. That's what I'll do. So have a great week and be safe. Take care of yourself. Go do some art. Take care of your family. Take care of your pets. Take care of your community. Bye.